hold on a second.
And Broward supporting the Hammonds, our Patriots, doing what we can from here.
Hey, Kelly, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you,
I
hear me?
I got two of you on right now, so stand by. Let me finish up in LA, and then I'll call you back over there in Idaho. Okay?
Sounds good. Bye.
All right, thanks. Hey, sorry about that. I had two of you at once. All right, this is from LA.
Makes more signs and switch around because there's a lot of people to see over there.
Oh no, I see a gold French flag. Get that out of there. Let's talk to some of these people. Where's our camera person? we're gonna jump to Idaho, and we'll come back to LA, and then I think we'll be having some in Portland and Texas here in a little bit as well. Let's see, here's one. Oh, okay. They had a Gadsden on the other side. Okay.
Are you there, Hawk?
Yep, we're here. I'm going to be jumping around all over the country today, so.
Oh, I bet you are. Okay. We are in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And we're going to take a walk through and then come back, and we're going to talk to you when we get back. How does that sound?
Sounds awesome.
We've gotten quite a few here today. Let's see your sign. Very cool. We are live on the internet with Revolution Radio. Wave, we're live. Hello, everyone. We are live today on the internet. Come show your support. We're going to stop and talk to a few people. Say hello, we're live. Can we have your name? Hello, Kathy. What brings you out today, and are you a resident of Coeur d'Alene?
I can't hear her very well.
Did you really? Oh my goodness. Well, we are glad you are here. Are you going to be here for the whole day? Very cool. I'm going to go say hello to some of your fellow patriots here. Can we talk to you for a moment? Okay, can we get your name? Hello, Victoria. Are you a resident of Coeur d'Alene? No, I'm not. So you traveled to be here? That's a nice little drive. Yes, and is this all about LaBoy, or do you have extending reasons for being here today?
It is about the boy, and it is about justice. And it is not my words. This is Deuteronomy 16:20.
Justice you shall pursue. Very cool.
These are legal words spoken about 3,000 years ago. So we know where our laws come from and our justice system.
Very cool. Are you going to be here the whole day?
I will be able to be here.
Well, we're glad you're here now. Okay, Hawk, I've got a headset on, so they may not be able to hear you if you're talking.
I can barely hear them at all.
Okay, it could be the traffic and wind, but I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, just get, if you want, you could go to the front camera. I don't know if you want to be on there or not, and then you can both talk, doing like a selfie style thing, and then you'll be able to hear both of you.
I'm not sure that's going to make any difference.
It should. The thing is,
let's find out.
Yeah, your microphone's pointing at you and not them, so.
Okay, we're going to see if he can hear us or if we have to turn around and do it selfie style. Can we have your name?
My name is Doreen Schnall.
Hello, Doreen. And can you hear her, Mike?
Now go ahead and try the selfie style. That'll be better. Because everybody's going, I can't hear him.
Okay, we're going to turn the camera around. Okay. Let's try this. Go ahead and speak up. And
I'm Doreen Schnall.
There we go.
there we
Yay.
go. All right, Doreen, tell us why you're here today.
I'm here because I believe we all need to stand together and get our government to hear us and stop the injustices that are going on and the overreach of our government.
Are you a Coeur d'Alene resident?
I am.
Are you going to be here all day?
I'm going to be here part of the day. I have other things to do.
I understand. You've been here for a little while, though, haven't you?
It happens.
Yeah. Well, you seem to be getting some nice honks and stuff. Are you getting anything negative?
Just a couple of birds here and there.
Well, you're building up a nice crowd today.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. It's so good to see all the support. Come out and support us.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a little better. The closer your headset is to them, the better I can hear, because I can tell you're using your headset mic now, right?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I've got it turned around so you can see yourself. And we are live on the internet. We're with Readout News, and they are Revolution Radio. And I can't see what I'm doing when I turn it this way, but they say it's better for the microphone. Yeah, they're having trouble hearing everybody because of the traffic and wind.
Yeah.
So, can y'all tell us a little bit? Let's start with you. Can you tell us your name?
Tanya Tikovich.
Tanya. Have you been here all day?
Most today.
Have you?
I was about an hour late.
And are you planning on staying for the full day?
Yeah.
Yeah. And are you here just for Lavoie, or do you have other reasons?
There's a lot of reasons, definitely, but that's fired in him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very hard.
Yep. And what was your name?
Bobby Tikovich.
Hello, Bobby. And you've picked the BLM building here for a reason, haven't you?
Yes, we have.
Do I have that lined up? There we go. And tell us all about it.
We feel like there's we don't feel like it's fair.
Do we have your sign here on there? That's a good one. I like that. And
Their outreach is too far.
yes,
Might as well be dealing with the mafia as far as that is concerned.
I have got to turn this camera around. I have no idea what I'm filming here.
All right. Hey, Sherry.
Yeah.
Sherry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I see what the problem is. It's your mic's on your headset instead of your phone. You might have to just take your headset off while you do these interviews, because you don't need to hear me anyway. And you can hold your mic up to him. We'll be able to hear him real good. Just kind of do it that way.
We're going to try it this way.
No, that ain't doing it. Shit.
The Ted Cruz rally.
Yes, we do. At 1 o'clock. At the fair
There
grounds.
we go.
Are you going to protest there, or are you just going to be there to try and shake his hand?
We're going to protest.
Very cool.
Yep.
That is the next thing that's on the list today, Hawk, is there's a Ted Cruz rally, and they are planning on bringing their signs and their flags and protesting at the Ted Cruz rally.
Awesome.
Can you hear me okay? And could you hear them?
Yeah, I could hear you both. The way you're doing it now, that was perfect. I could hear you than them. So just use your mic like that, you know.
Okay, I cannot hear you at all. Hardly at all. Okay. Hello, everyone.
How's the video going?
We are live on the internet, and we've come to say hi to everybody.
How's your name, man?
I am Dandy. Can I get your name?
Mark Davies.
Hello, Mark. Have you been out here all day?
I am.
Are you planning on staying all day?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you going to go to the Ted Cruz rally?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you going to go to shake his hand, or are you going to bring your signs and your flag?
I'm gonna bring my signs and my flag.
All right. That's going to be an interesting rally, isn't it?
I'm going to do the same. I'd like to get up close and personal to ask him a few questions, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. But we'll be shouting from the back.
Well, I understand there's going to be a lot of Secret Service there. I don't think they're going to let you too close.
Now they probably won't even let me in.
Why?
I never get into these things. They're usually too crowded or something. I don't know. But this is for LaVoy today and the Finicum family. And what happened in Burns, Oregon should never have happened. And somebody should have done something about it before that happened. And they know what they did. They need to come clean and let the American people know really what happened. That's all I got to say about that.
Got it. Well,
Thank you for showing up.
we are going to be back around.
All right, thank you.
We want to give everybody a chance to say hi.
All right, I'll let you do that. Thank you.
You can wave to Danielle. There you go.
See ya.
Hello, everyone. We are live on the internet. I hope you don't mind. Everybody say hello.
Hello.
Are you signing that one like they did at the one with Refuge? Awesome. Is that going? Oh, awesome. She's going to like that. Very cool.
This is Carol.
Very nice. I'm glad to see Brett sign that for us. That's cool. That's good. Yep. Yep. Have y'all been out here all day?
Yeah, we're going to head up to the fairgrounds about 1:30 or 2 to make a showing to Cruz up there. Maybe they'll pass some notice.
Y'all are going to make a very interesting rally for Mr. Cruz, aren't you? Yes, you are.
Yeah, we were hoping it was nice and sunny like yesterday.
Well, we didn't get that one, did we?
Mother Nature is like, gotta throw something in there.
The bite has taken itself off the wind, though. Yeah, that was a little cold this morning.
Sons of Chesty. I didn't notice your shirt before. That's cool. I have yet to see any negatives
I heard there was a couple of birds flying, but that's about it.
Yeah, a couple of gone by and gave us the right view.
That's right. That's right. Well, I'm going to squeeze through, and I will be back in a minute.
All right, thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
May I get you on camera?
Sure.
Are you here with the group today?
Apparently so. Came by myself, but it looks like a group.
It is, and we're glad you're here. Are you going up to the Ted Cruz rally to join them with their protest there?
Unfortunately, I'm not.
You're not. Well, we are glad you came out this morning, and we appreciate your efforts. Hello, everyone. Everybody want to say hi to the internet? Yeah, we're on Revolution Radio, and we're with Readout News, and we're trying to cover everything. They're actually getting rallies all around the country. Yeah, they were just on with LA, which I was really glad to see because it's California. So have you all been out here all day?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you going to be out here all day?
Probably.
You know, there's a Ted Cruz rally.
Yeah, I think we're heading up there.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
what they were saying. That's going to make for a very interesting rally.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Cruz is going to get an eyeful of Idaho.
North Idaho, baby.
That's
Or
right.
Washington, but we're over here.
Well, you know, we're all
Shorter
one.
drive than Olympia.
We're one big community out here. We're the Redoubt.
Full of patriots.
That's right. That's right. I'm going to go get everybody a chance to say hello, and I will be back this way in a minute.
Okay.
Can I get everybody to say hello to the internet for us?
Hello. God
um,
bless America.
I'm with Redoubt News,
Hello, Cherry.
and, well, we're live, so I'm telling the whole world. And we are on Revolution Radio at freedomslips.com. And we are currently in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And we've got a real nice rally turnout. It wasn't so nice first thing this morning when I got here, but yeah, but it's nice now. You've been here all day, right? Are you going to the Ted Cruz rally with your protest? We were just saying Mr. Cruz is going to get an eyeful of Idaho.
Maybe more than you counted on.
Yeah, well,
This is the real America, not Fox News.
that's right. That's right. And that's why we do what we do, isn't it? Let me get your sign. I like that sign. That's a good one. Okay, I'm going to go down and give the last one a chance to say hello, and I will be back and give everybody another chance.
Thank you, and God bless America.
Thank you.
Watch out.
Watch out for this guy? Okay. All right, I got to watch out for you.
I'm taller, but think you're meaner.
Well, see, I'm armed with a phone and a pen, just as bad as Obama.
You got that right.
It looks like you're getting a good response today.
We always do up here. I've been in 4 rallies in North Idaho up here, and community support is outstanding. Like this is not even a busy street. We were on the main intersection 95 and Apple Lane. We couldn't talk, the horns were so loud. So there's plenty of support up here.
Can you tell the world your first name?
I'm Marty. I'm with Idaho 3%.
Idaho 3%. I see the logo on your shirt.
Correct.
And
There's several reasons we're here today. The avoid death and the government overreach, and the list just keeps going on and on, from the loggers, the miners, the cattlemen. It's just, it doesn't stop out west here.
do you want to weigh in on all the arrests 2 days ago?
Yeah, I don't even know where to begin there. They might as well come arrest all of us today. We're doing the same thing they did.
I heard some rumors that they were planning on doing some arrests today.
Come get me. I'm right here, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, Kathleen Avenue.
We're right in front of the BLM building here.
Yep.
See, we're all right
Bring your
here.
paddy wagon. If they feed me and house me, I can be a super patriot then.
There you
I
go.
don't need to work. I can be informing the public 24 hours a day.
So Eric's a super patriot. Does he know?
Eric is a super patriot. He always has been. Hammond, they all are.
Yes, they are. I understand a bunch of them are down in Nevada now.
Correct. And Todd Engel is being held here in Coeur d'Alene. He's arrested Thursday. He's in the county public safety building. He needs all the support he can get. Send letters, donations for his commissary account, his legal account. That'll all be posted on Facebook.
When you go to post it, make sure you send it to me and I'll get it posted as well.
Okay, great.
Okay, we're going to go back up and see if we can't get some more comments.
All right, thank you.
You betcha. You take care, Marty.
more comments? You ready? You want to weigh in on the arrest the other day? Not yet.
Read the Patriots.
Free the Patriots. You betcha. I'm back.
Hello. How are you today?
I'm dandy, actually. I'm very good. You want to weigh in on the arrest the other day?
Say that again.
Do you want to talk about all the arrests the other day? The dozen Patriots that got rounded up?
I was trying to get a little more info on that. Been out of town, haven't heard everything about it. But nothing sounds right about it.
No, it doesn't sound right. Do you agree?
Well, I agree. I believe that they're out to make an example of people who are protesting what they believe to be unlawful actions on the federal government, the way they behave. I'm not prepared to say a lot.
I understand. Obviously,
I look
you.
at it, and I'm a little concerned about the way the roadblock was set up, which the boy was killed. There is a question as to whether he was going for a gun, or whether he was responding to either being shot or tased. They claim he was going for his gun, but it makes no sense to me. The man got out of the car, put his hands in the air, walked away from the car. My understanding, he made a statement to the effect of, hey, if you've got to shoot somebody, shoot me. The man's a family man. As far as I know, he was not under the influence of alcohol or drugs. And all of a sudden, he gets shot. And they say he was going for a gun, but I question that. And I think the militarization of our various...
Perfect. Tell her I said thank you.
I don't understand why, for instance, the FDA has SWAT teams. I don't understand why many of these organizations have militarized the way they have. I think it is an absolute overreach of the federal government.
Yeah. There were rumors that they were going to be out here with you arresting people that came out. Obviously, you all stood tall and called their bluff. Had you heard those rumors?
I don't know why they would arrest people on public property assembling peacefully.
Well,
that is
again, there's always rumors, so.
Yeah. No, there's no reason for us to be arrested or confronted even, as long as we don't damage property, as long as we don't indicate that we're going to make an assault on anybody. We're out here peacefully protesting. That is our right as American citizens.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And they were protesting at the refuge, too, as was their right. But apparently they didn't have that same right. I'm sorry, I get a little annoyed with them, too. That's why I'm here today. Well, everybody is very peaceful here today, except you've got a lot of nice honks and thumbs up. So I think you've got a lot of support.
We got some more waking up.
Well,
coming in.
Yeah, I'll give them a pot of coffee. I'd be happy to help wake them up. I'd be happy to.
Sit down and introduce myself to a couple of folks.
Absolutely. Wave, you're live.
You forgot your coat.
Cool. There we go.
The bridge.
Ready to chat with me?
Sure.
All right. Okay. Now, do you want to weigh in on the arrest this week?
Unconstitutional. Despicable. Being prior federal law enforcement officer myself, should have never happened. When the Department of Justice...
Let's step over here because he's loud.
When the Department of Justice decides to move their line of legitimacy whichever way they want, that's when corruption and leaders need to be replaced. You can't pick and choose. It's either you follow this line exactly or you don't follow the line at all. So yet you have violent protesters in Ferguson and Baltimore with millions of dollars of property damage and nothing's done about it hardly ever.
Right.
But you have peaceful protesters where, yeah, was it right that they took over the refuge? Not really, but they need to make their point. There was no violence done in it. It wasn't even occupied at the time. They didn't destroy anything, but they want to make them out to look like a bad person because they don't want to follow the main media agenda.
It's my understanding that Sheriff Ward came out early on and said they weren't doing anything more than trespassing.
Pretty much, that's all they're doing.
Well, that he actually came out and said that. Did
That's
you
really
hear
all
that?
they're doing.
Yeah,
It's
no.
trespassing.
Oh, I absolutely understand that. I just know that the FBI won't admit that.
No, they won't.
Yeah. Did you hear about the rumors of possibly more arrests coming today?
Wouldn't surprise me. Okay. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Well,
It's getting to a point where it's if you speak up, you know, voice out hard enough against them, they'll try and squash you whichever way they can.
oh yeah, it's getting pretty bad around the country, isn't it?
And too many people just stick their head in the sand like an ostrich. They don't want to be a part of it. And sooner or later, it's going to be your rights are going to be eroded. Like, oh, but now I want to speak up and say, too late.
You know, first they came for the Patriots, right?
More people are worried about their paycheck to pay for their cable TV than the future of their children and the country that they're going to live in.
Well, we appreciate you making a stand. Do you feel like these rallies are making a difference?
I do.
Do you?
There's a small difference. I know that firsthand because even some of my own family members that were head in the sand didn't want to get involved, but they know if they're going to be around me, that's all they're going to hear out of my mouth. I'm like, you got to pick and choose. What side are you going to stand for?
Mm.
You know, some people want to say, oh, the Constitution, you know, it needs to be updated. There's no updating about it. That's what it's based on.
It's set in stone. It's not
set in
a.
stone. You don't get a change.
Right. It's not a living, breathing document.
No.
Right. Well, I know that I've heard some people wondering if these rallies were making any difference and if people were just kind of spinning their wheels because of everything that's happened in the last couple of weeks.
No, I think it's making a difference. And by repetition, and as the media keeps changing things, while they spin it their own way, if we keep our rallies speaking, constantly going out, hopefully it's just open the eyes to some there and start to do it. So,
We really do appreciate what you're doing today.
thanks.
And we hope to see you over there shaking hands with Ted Cruz and showing him a bunch of your signs.
I got questions for him.
Yeah? Yeah.
If he takes the time to answer my questions.
Well, we're going to find out.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. Thank you very much.
Thanks. I was going to say, should have been thrilled to meet you.
Don't turn on the TV and they haven't even put it on the news yet.
Yeah.
Okay, I told y'all I'd be back.
I'm glad you came back. We have more to say.
Oh, get started. Go right ahead.
With Ted Cruz coming into town, I hope he takes some time to address this issue while he's here and sees us and tries to do something about the issue in Oregon and with the Bundy family, the Hammonds, and rectify it and let the people know the truth of what happened. The world needs to know. America needs to know. And they need to know now. That's all I have to say.
Your turn.
Like I tell everybody, no matter how many people get detained, nobody the people got it. So that's why we check on everybody. No matter what, we'll be checking on everybody.
I got both of you on there now. You want to weigh in on the arrest this week?
Yes.
Okay.
It's about human life and respect for everybody. Everybody has the right to live their lives and to live their lives to the fullest and to do what they need to do to survive.
Very good.
Did you hear about the rumors that they were going to do more arrests today? And that didn't stop you, did it? That's great. I love that. But
We got to keep check on everybody because I've known guys for over 6 years. I've been doing it for a long time. I was born into this. My grandfather hung out with back in General Abram days and everything else. So I was military brat, Marine Corps and all, and did my time in our community, and it's never going to stop. If no one else does it, who will? We're almost pack ourselves up to a FEMA camp or just go to wherever. Go to hell.
Very good.
Basically.
Very good. Well, the political prisoners they're turning our civilian population into is unheard of. With the Constitution being trampled every day, little by little, the people need to understand what's going on. And if they don't rise up, they'll just keep doing it. So everybody get out and voice your opinion. Exercise your constitutional rights. Thank you.
anything else?
And since there was more arrests, no matter where they are, between their houses are secured, their animals taken care of, their whatever's going on, their grandma, wherever, everybody's going to be checked on, looked after. No one's just not going to have their house robbed while they're gone, or because they did something for good for mankind. Why should they have to suffer? So we're going to make sure everybody's families are all taken care of no matter what, because they would do the same thing for me. And they have done it, and it's always going to be out there. That's what Patriot families are all about.
Very
Exactly.
cool.
Very well said. If everyone wakes up and sees what's going on around them and becomes more aware of what is happening, we can try to work to get this country back on track the way it should be. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for coming out.
You're
Good
welcome.
meeting you.
Anytime. Anytime. Being patriotic. That's the name of the game now.
Maybe we can get Mr. Cruz to sign your flags. That would be cool.
Going to write letters to me while I'm...
You bet I will. And I'll come take care of your animals too.
We'll all stand together and we got your back.
That's right. I'll ask him. As soon as he lets me up close enough to ask him, I'll ask him.
Thank you.
You betcha. Okay. I'm back.
Are you off the air?
No, I'm still on the air. Say hello, Brett.
Hello, Hawk. you undid the new earphones. They didn't work?
Well, they were good, except the microphone. I couldn't pick up anybody else who was talking because it was all right here.
Oh.
So the only way to make that work was to unplug it.
Okay.
But it works really good for me. Say hello.
He didn't know you were live.
You didn't know I was live? I am
had
sorry.
No idea.
I thought I mentioned it. I apologize. Naval Aviation.
I would have brought a prepared statement if I'd known I'd been on TV. No,
Well, I don't know if we'll ever make the TV, but we'll certainly make a lot of people on the internet.
Good.
Yep. We are alternative media, which is about the only ones that will tell the truth anymore.
It seems that way.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. How are you doing? Well, we are too. We are, I just told them down there that I'm going to ask Mr. Cruz if he's going to sign their flag for them.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and if I get arrested, you'll come visit me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have enough money for bail, so.
No, I'm not worried about bail. I'll be a political prisoner.
Let's say the 3 hots in the top.
That's right. That's right. But I won't be able to file the taxes on time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You'll have to get an extension
I'll
on
get
that.
the taxes.
What time is it? What time is
It's
it?
after 11.
Yeah, it's time, isn't it? Okay, Hawk, I think we're going to sign off until we get to the Ted Cruz route.
All right, that sounds good. We'll see you there. Thanks a lot.
Hold on, Hawk. I'm not done yet.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. I card for you. I'll tell you exactly who I am here. I remembered my business cards today. If I can get them out of my pocket. We are with Redoubt News, and we are live streaming through Revolution Radio on freedomslips.com. I have to do that anyway. It's like a commercial on the air. Absolutely. And I hope you come see us, and then we're going to be doing more for you. There we go. You're not hungry yet, right? Everybody else is. We're going to see you over at the Ted Cruz rally. Okay. Huh? I'll tell them you're my brother. We'll see if it works. Well, it's legal. That's a problem that I have. I know that it's legal, and I don't understand why they're trying to make something that is legal. Doesn't matter what it is. But he's not president yet. Really? Really? You know, I learn something new from you guys every time I come out and see you. No, I didn't. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a guy in Florida making a mosque door handle, and it's happened a couple different places, but he got caught. He's looking at 30 years of life in prison for a hate crime because he put bacon on a doorknob.
Yeah. I remember doing something similar to my teacher when I was in junior high school, and you know, they kind of gave me detention, but they didn't give me 30 years worth of detention.
But yet Obama, the shooting that took place in Chattanooga, I knew a couple of those guys.
Really?
And I was stationed in Chattanooga. But yet Obama wouldn't come out, and his administration won't come out and say that's a hate crime or a crime of domestic terrorism.
Well, remember Fort Hood, how many years was that?
Yeah. Yeah. You won't do that, but now they're using a white person as an example, or an American as an example against a religion of extremism, that no matter what you put around it, Muslim faith is a faith of extremism. Their own Quran tells you to lie to the infidel, lie, and cheat, and steal, to make them believe whatever you want, so they can eventually take over and implement their own law of Sharia law. Don't think so. Ain't gonna happen.
Well, we are hoping to see you later today at the other rally, and we are really thankful that you're here today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. All right, Doc, I'm done now.
All righty. Thanks a lot. We'll catch you from the rally.
You betcha. That should start a little around 1 or a little after.
All right, no problem. Just let me know.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
This is with Mike Sorori's up in Bay City, Michigan. The kids are sledding.
Oh, thumbs up.
James has come here with his flag.
Your ass on the line.
Yeah.
Walking around. Say hi.
We got it live streamed and everything.
So many curious they don't know.
Yeah, we need people to wake up out there.
Any updates from anybody from around the country yet on theirs? We hear anything yet? I heard Portland's booming. They're gonna be booming. They're all out in front of the courthouse there.
Yeah.
The courthouse where they're holding our political prisoners, innocent women.
Yeah. Easier
We're
to
gonna get
move around.
gonna get beat on live stream doing snow angels.
There you go.
Dance for freedom.
That's it, yeah, doing the snow dance.
They're like, what is that guy doing? We need to medicate him.
Or he is medicated. Whatever we got, we want it.
I know one thing, if we're going to Lansing in April, I gotta get a bullhorn.
Oh yeah. They're on sale at Harbor Freight, I think.
Are they really?
Okay, cleared a little bit of the snow there. A little easier to walk.
That meat you sent me, that's been fun.
Alright, thank you very
No,
much.
you bet.
Yeah, we gotta do it for the boy to be in the snow.
Yeah, Lisa and Sean and Carol and everybody send their prayers for the people in Portland and the people around the world that supports freedom of the American people, freedom of our lands from tyranny. Now, they're right now reading the names of all of our political prisoners, and they'll do a moment of silence for Lavoie here shortly.
They're saying a prayer. They're saying a prayer for the boy. They just did a salute to the boy and the guys in the our political prisoners. For one traitor. Don't forget that word. No. I think we got it looks like either some type of federal cop standing there, and that might be a sheriff or what. I don't know. I don't know their colors here, but she's standing there at the gate, the prison over there. You know, I agree 100%. We need to keep that land public, but we need to get it out of federal control, or they will shut it down on us. And 10 acres, 10 miles around Washington, D.C. and the ports. Ports, yep.
So is somebody speaking now, Tom?
Pretty self-explanatory. It shouldn't take a whole lot of scholars to figure that out. But apparently it doesn't.
They're singing Star Spangled Banners right now.
Okay.
And the people across the street still yelling and screaming on their blowhorns and all this, making noise. They don't have no respect for the American. You heard it right there. For America, or for the song of America.
Hey, Sovereign, is that Portland, Oregon that's on there right now?
Now that's Americanism. As you've seen prior, that people that's over there protesting on the other side of the street, no American flags, nothing to represent that they believe in our true America, the constitutional America. Over here we got a sea of American flags, sea of patriotism. That's the difference. These are Americans. Those are American Inc. They believe in the incorporation, and that's all they believe in. Horse for the paycheck, as I call them. Horse for the paycheck. They'll do anything they can to keep that paycheck coming, even if it's destroying the United States of America.
Well, Tom, in your spare time, see if you can get some of the signs they're carrying and get some opinions from people. Ask the question of the day: how much of Nevada is owned by the feds? See how many people know that.
They don't want us to go mingle on that because the police acts that we just keep it civil. Those guys are being unruly in that, but we're keeping things civil.
Okay.
So we're not going over there to provoke them in any way because they're looking for a fight, and the media's over there ready to cover it. KTU News out of Portland. It was the socialist channel. They're over there waiting for something. They want something they can use against the peaceful Americans.
I got
and
you.
then those people over there to stir it up.
Well, you could show some of our sides signs as well, because folks took the time to make them, so it'd be nice to show them.
Yep, I will. Here's one, Justice for Lavoie.
I see that.
And the one, Release God's People. United we stand, or divided we fall. I will not agree. I do not forgive. On that. we the people shall be heard. And that.
Scott, can you hear okay?
Sergeant Moe's here.
Yeah.
And that.
Yeah, I can hear you, Sovereign.
Okay.
So we're getting along. We got, unfortunately, they only had, looks like, there's only about 20 folks here. We're still raising some hell. We're gonna make it a show as much as we can.
Okay. That's Scott reporting from Carson City.
Hello?
Scott, give us an idea. Show us what
Hey, this is Hawk.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Hello?
Hey, this is Nighthawk. Can you hear me?
Live streamed around the nation and the world.
So this is happening in Carson City today. Carson City, Nevada. Carson City, Nevada is
Alright. Is that there for now? So check out this guy. This is Miguel. Alright, so why are you here today?
Here to try and get justice for Mr. McCoy and his family. Bundy's and Hammonds. These are patriots, and we shouldn't live in fear. We shouldn't have to live in fear of protesting and exercising our rights.
For sure.
Not having fear of being killed.
Yeah, this is for my wife, folks.
Actually.
Not let them oppress us.
Awesome. Thank you.
I don't know how she hears about these things.
I had to dig deep. I mean, you have to seriously do your research. It's hard to find everything, and basically any time you can tell the truth when you compare the two. When you compare mainstream media and what they're putting out, and you compare the people on the ground, like us, like talking to us, you can tell who's telling the truth and who's not.
Meat space, baby. Meat space.
Yes, there you go. Meat space?
Meat space.
Oh.
M-E-A-T.
Oh,
as in,
meat
as in
space.
meat, as in hamburger, yes.
There you go.
Versus cyberspace where you're like not
not real.
Right. You're not really talking to anybody.
Exactly.
I mean, you're connected, yet you're all alone.
Yes.
Versus a meat space where
Exactly. So yeah.
I wish I was clever enough to make that up, but I stole it.
Oh, you did? Well,
I did.
It's a good one. Keep it.
I stole it from Western Rifle Shooters. It's this online blog.
Oh, there you go.
So I'm assuming you guys are into the politics.
Not so much, but
No?
local, yes. Local, yes. But not so much national.
Local is the best of all.
Yeah, that local is where we can make a change. So that's where we're at. That's why we're here. All of that. All right.
Never seen so many phrases in my life.
Oh yeah. The Agenda 21 is working, right?
No doubt.
All right. So what brings you out here?
Well, for me, the Hammonds and the Bundys, they represent a lot of things. So BLM taking land from these ranch owners and farm owners, that's one aspect of everything. But for me, it really represents what we need to start doing and start saying in regards to the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, freedom of speech, feelings, not hurting people's feelings, is actually killing people in the long run.
Yep.
And things like where, like a state employee or a federal employee hiding a server in her bathroom and not going with the law and basically not being called out on it and not being persecuted for it and all that, it's all got to go. So I mean, for me, the killing of Lavoy Finicum, you have a B on your shirt,
I'm
but
safe.
I'm good. You're good.
I'm safe.
All right.
He'll touch it.
Okay. But for me, the killing of Lavoy Finicum was the final straw. And so now it's just time to stop sitting around on Saturdays and start doing things and start being active, start grouping up with people. And hopefully we have an election this year, and hopefully we have a peaceful transition of power, and we need to all wake up in the meantime.
All right.
Amen.
I like that.
Thank you.
Coming over to check out other people.
Oh, which part? Winnetka. Okay, I was raised in Woodland Hills. Okay, so yeah. John, what's your name, buddy? Sean. Nice to meet you. Coming out here with Mama.
All right. So what brings you out here?
I am not happy with the double jeopardy of our patriots that they forced also not to be away from their family, and they threw them down from Oregon all the way down to Southern California. That's also unjust and heartbreaking for the families to be apart like that. We have a ton of patriots in our community. Our brothers and sisters are being unjustly held. We have an independent media who is being unjustly held. Where is our First Amendment? This is too much that needs to stop. We need the patriots out of jail. We need the independent media out of jail. And when is it time for people to stand up and realize this is getting way too much? The BLM murdered one of our patriot brothers, and we are just not happy at all. It's time to change.
Agreed. Hello. How are you doing? Good? What brings you out here? She brought you out here?
That's his first rally.
This is awesome. I hope it continues. So what brings you out here?
So we're here trying to support our patriots that are in jail. We want them free. We want them out. We are tired of our government. We want to change. And we're here supporting our patriots.
Yes. And how about you?
Well, I'm here to call upon all the leaders of our country, whether it's a local level, state level, or national, to strict adherence to the Constitution of this land and the laws that are constitutional with it. And free the Hammonds. We're support the Hammonds. Because they've been arrested twice for the same crime that they didn't even commit.
Yes, lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, and free the Bundys and free people. I mean, if they're arresting people and giving these trumped up charges for using their freedom of speech, which should be guaranteed by the Constitution, that's just wrong, and we just have to speak out against it, and it's just wrong. So, and I would also like to see these bureaucracies that don't have any representation by the people to be either disbanded, closed, gotten rid of, whatever the word is, or fine, you have to keep them. Let's make them elected positions, and we will vote for the people we want to run those entities.
Yes.
So that's why we're here. We're tired of it.
Yes. Stand up, people. Stand up, America. All right, we're putting you back on your little stand here. There we go. Well, I was.
You want me to do a clip for you?
No, it's fine.
I'll say something.
Sure.
You're gonna make a video, right?
Oh, I'm recording on Skype. Live stream.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
I don't.
play it later.
Oh yeah, probably. I mean, I hope so. I hope it's working.
Is it recording right now?
Oh, it's recording right now.
Yeah, we're on.
Okay.
I think. Yeah. Thank you. I needed that confirmation.
Yes, you're live.
I'm glad you're getting all of this.
All right. Technology, we
First
did it.
time. Yes, you're live.
Yeah, I know, but yeah.
I should probably. I'm gonna set this up back here. All right, we're moving locations. Sorry about that.
75 years, 77.
We need to get a better.
But why? They didn't do anything. That's the thing. They didn't do anything. So curious.
With the nice advertisement. Sorry. There we go.
She was saying she heard that the Bundys got 70 years. So I believe it. I'm surprised it wasn't just the life like. Yeah, That's for, the thing. for For what? protesting. We've got criminals yeah. that go free. Oh, yeah. Drunk drivers that have killed people that go free. I mean, you know, all different things. And then we've got somebody who protests.
Liberal media bias contributes to murder. That to be
It
honest.
does. It is now. It is now.
I just heard you.
I just heard you. Yeah.
Straighten this out. It's so crooked.
Yeah, show her your sign. That's it. Good job, buddy.
Where do you draw the line from doing what's right from a paycheck? Where's the line?
There's everybody else.
I not coming in. Yeah. I've never seen anybody like talk just to get hurt. But I saw that like 2 or 3 times today.
When it took an accident. So unfortunately, it's like something like, you know, something big. Yeah.
these aren't like elementary kids. These are college kids. Yeah. You know? And they weren't law school and all that. That makes you wonder. How many other people in the Justice Department have to build?
I bought these as winter boots. They lied. They're brand new. Look at them. It's ridiculous. These are $30. Really?
No way. Never get cold.
I got frostbite on my feet, so I need them.
They go from social on the floor by me.
Yeah. $30. Yeah, no. Never get cold again.
What's left to take?
I'm Reno Lightfoot. It's another militia, You know, I'm 3%. So
Any of your buddies think about coming down to that?
they all bailed right at 11 o'clock. Yeah, everyone. Yeah, that's what just fired me up. I was flat just smoking. I can't take the exposure. I'm like, what the hell? You know, it's not like you come down here to do anything wrong.
We might be.
Just looking over this article about the earlier rally in Tucson, where opposition mysteriously showed up with the same misunderstanding, thinking that these protesters were racists. Really So I wonder where these counter-protest movement, I wonder where these people are getting their information. Is the information coming from the FBI? Try to investigate the problem. Somebody's made a nationwide effort to get these combination groups up in the street. They're giving them false marching orders. Okay, these are pictures from the Tucson protest. Oh, Scott, if you're listening, your microphone's off right now. All of these people are facing charges right now. One of the interesting aspects of the arrest this weekend was the arrest of one of the Donald Trump's campaign coalition co-chairs. He represented the veterans. His name is it's down here somewhere. Dilemmas, I believe is his name. Dilemmas is federal agents will arrest Jerry Dilemmas, a local Tea Party leader who stood with Clive and Bundy's land his house mansion in Nevada in 2014 in connection with the standoff and alleged assault. Court agents described Dilemmas as a mid-level leader in the organized crime conspiracy. He recruited, organized, trained, and gave Christian support to unnamed followers who alleged to be a leader and organizer of armed patrols and security checkpoints on the Nevada ranch. State Representative Susan Davis from Winchester confirmed that FBI agents arrested Westbrook Thursday morning. Fighting back tears, she told the union leader that That was all she would say about the arrest at that point. Jack Kimball, a former state GOP chair and a Tea Party leader, wrote on social media that DeLemus said the FBI agents forced their way into their condo with weapons drawn. DeLemus is also a co-chairman for rallies for Donald Trump in New Hampshire. Here are the names of the 14 that were recently rounded up and taken into custody for their participation in these protests. Remember, the original protest in 2014 was over the Bundy family's cattle, and whether or not they would be allowed to continue their livelihood as they had for many decades, for many generations. Copy that, Rick. I just got a notification over Zello that in Orlando there are police approaching the crowd with bicycles, asking them about their credentials.
This is Staff Sergeant Mo reporting over here at the Portland, Oregon rally, and the crowd continues to grow. Let me just show you, oh, say hi. Hi. Let me just show you the difference in size already here in the So the counter-protesters have put themselves across the street, and they're just yelling. Well-fed ranchers is what they're yelling.
Protesters! Put your lips back on the horn. It's the best thing you've done this year.
Curing Suckling is right there on the phone. If you could see him walking away, that's Curing Suckling right there. And those are his friends.
Okay, pretty. That looks so sweet. I'm jealous. Pretty. Woo!
And Lavoie. Put in Brushfire and Lavoie, it pops up. Hold up the shirt he's got on his shoulder.
Those are some
Hang
nice
on, he's got
designs
one.
too. Yeah, could you ask him to describe the types of items he sells?
Yeah, there's the front of the short sleeve. That's the I Am Lavoie shirt. And here is the back. It's got a quote from Lavoie where it says, "There are things more important than your life, and freedom is one of them. I am prepared to defend freedom." That's a quote from LaVoy Finicum. The proceeds from that particular shirt goes to the Hammonds, it goes to the Finicum family, and it goes to the Legal Defense Fund for the Bundys. And then Brushfire's also doing one where it's got LaFoy's face, where he's pointing and saying, "I want you to defend freedom." And the money for that, Brushfire, goes like a crowdsourcing type of thing. Yeah.
I just want to be a part.
Yeah. Sovereign, can you hear him?
It's a little difficult sometimes.
Oh well, we got the news people coming up through here.
Okay.
Hang on a second, Sovereign. Let me pull you up over this way. I'll give you that view.
Yeah, give us a shot there.
We got more people pulling up. There goes the news media guy, because we've got both sides of the bridge. That side all the way down to the exit ramp on the other side, and then the other side of the bridge too.
Well, you can tell the news crew they could leave. We've already got it covered.
Yeah, I'll be sure to tell them that the Patriots themselves has already got their own media.
I saw one of the LaVoy flags there. There it is, right in front of us.
Yeah, let me see. My kids has got it. Here, hold your flag up so they can see. Hold it. Can you see that without me stepping in the road?
There it is. Yep, it's clear now.
Yep, there's a lot of flags. There's the Gadsden flag, and there are 3%er flags. There is a Come and Take It flag, and some Confederate States of America flags, and some marriage.
What a pretty boy. I think you're sweet. I served my country 13 years, 4 months, 19 days. How many times you served your country? 0.
Don't worry about them.
Well, I'm sorry for being all stoned too, right?
All right. So hopefully we all pull back.
What's up, pretty boy? What's up, pretty boy? You got served with?
There we go. Keep it public. Everything that... Oh, I recognize him. The FBI agent. Huh. Interesting. Got a little bit of facial fuzz right now, I think, making him look different. Hiding behind a sign.
Thanks for the content.
Ooh, Night Stalkers. What are they dressed up for, being all warrior-like? Interesting. Well, I'm just observing. Yes, I had dinner with him in Burns, Oregon. What's his name again? Jay, Jordan, Jeremy. I don't know. So there's that compared to, oh, I don't know, let's say that. And that extends around and behind this building. There were people at this corner, but also there are people all the way out into the park. This park is about 1.5 to 2 blocks wide. And then there are people at the federal courthouse on the camera right now too. And they're making animal sounds. They're making animal sounds. So, there you go. This is Mo, Staff Sergeant Mo, unbiasedly reporting right now. Just showing you guys what's going on across the street. It's a bunch of silly stuff. Birds, not Bundys. These are silly.
Instead of sedition. Try
A petition.
instead of sedition.
They were pretty thin.
You too.
Where's your petition? You're only thin up here.
All right. Say bye, everybody. I'm here, Staff Sergeant Mo, and I'm here with someone extremely special.
Hi, I'm Hannah.
Hi, this is Hannah. I met her in the the Multnomah County Jail one night. And Deb and I were getting ready to go in and see Pete Santilli, and she happened to share the same courtroom with me, I think earlier that day, was it?
Bundy, with the Bundy case.
With Cliven Bundy, and the same judge who presided over Cliven Bundy, that was Janice Stewart.
Yeah.
Janice Stewart, who presided over Cliven Bundy, and I reported on that, as you guys know, and my concerns, as well as how we can file complaints appropriately through the federal government system in regards to judge code of ethics. And later I was gone, but her husband also had to go before the judge. He is being held also in the prison right there with Ammon Bundy, and he's been talking to Ammon Bundy.
Yes, he has.
And I'm going to let her tell the rest of the story.
Okay, so I was sitting across the street. I guess, what would you call them over there?
The counter protesters with biodiversity.
Okay, and this is the Bundy side, and Lavoy, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Lavoy Finicum was.
So I was sitting across the street with my kids, whom were playing over there with them on that side, and I realized what was going on. And in my heart, it was heavy. Like I said, my husband called me and told me there was a protest going on, and was scared that there wasn't going to be any visits. So while we were waiting, my kids were playing, and in my heart, it just felt heavy. And so I had to get up, and come to the other side, because my husband has talked to Bundy, and he is a good man. And what is going on, I don't know the whole situation, but my husband doesn't agree why he's being held, and he should be let go. And so I just wanted to say that all these people I agree with, and it is reaching out to people that have no idea what's going on, especially people that have served for us and the right to do this. So I just wanted to put my input in, and I thank these people for coming out here and doing this, and I do support what they're doing. So thank you.
Hannah, thank you. Our work and our efforts to fight against injustices of any kind, a lot of times we run into people that don't know anything, and it's disconcerting. I understand that. But a lot of times you find Hannah. If you talk and you educate and you share a little bit of something, and I only had a moment with her, and I spewed a bunch of what I could think of that was possibly helpful, and I gave her my information, and I never knew I'd see her again, and here I am. Guys, peaceful education, it works.
It does.
Okay, so I missed a little bit of this rally because I was sitting with Hannah, but that was worth it so that we can see we're making a change and a difference with people who didn't know anything or know very much, and they're learning. But now I'm here again.
Detroit down to Houston, New York to LA. Oh, there's pride in every American heart, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend your liberty. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. Let's be
I'll probably get a YouTube flag on that now, damn it.
Okay, so what's happening right now, and I've missed a lot of it. The opposition came over to the park close to us. They threatened one lady to kick her ass if she doesn't take those flags down. And now the police are here to escort them off. We're going to continue our rally, though, without this. And give them some space to deal with this issue. But this is the opposition that came over here to start. They're getting violent. They're yelling at the officers. And yeah, they're being very aggressive.
We're going to City Hall right now, everybody.
And we're going to go to
who's participating in this patriotic event. We're heading over to City Hall right now.
So the Patriots are getting ready to just leave them here and deal with their own situation that they've created by coming over here, infringing on our rights. The officers have made it clear that we have the right to exercise our First Amendment peacefully, and they're here to make sure that that is conducted peacefully, and that is all they're doing. So the officers are...
The new legal precedent. A little shitty central commander precinct poverty tip just rewrote the Constitution.
All right, so Patriots are getting ready to go. We don't need to deal with all this ugliness. Yeah.
Are you Ben Franklin or Thomas Jefferson?
And the Patriot community is done with this scene. Bye, guys. Take care.
Go get your...
Okay, officers are making sure that they don't infringe on our rights. They're keeping them to keep their distance and keep them away from us. Very politely and respectfully they're doing so.
Good.
Just to keep the distance. The counter-protesters are not supposed to infringe on our rally, our peaceful rally. So,
we're headed to the state building.
Yes, sir. There we go. See, the Patriots are done with that. We're not going to let anything deter us from exercising our First Amendment rights, our concerns, our redress of grievances, our support, our remembrance of Lavoy Finicum, and we walk away from this. Look at everybody go. Look at everybody walk. They are not concerned with that kind of conduct or evil. They are not concerned whatsoever.
Let's see if I can get a hold of Bexar or Bear Prepper, and it looks like Bexar, so that's why I keep saying it. Let's see if we can get something going here. Oop, says busy. Let's see what's going on here.
I just sent that in the crowd too.
Alright, it's like it stays there. Yeah. I mean, it's like, and the helicopter is like, I mean, it's out there. And I've been hard because, I mean, from being that far away, the whole yard's lit up. Wow.
I sent it to all three.
Hey, all right, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, if you turn your camera to the side sideways, will the picture turn side? There we go. All right, let me get it up. Oops. All right, you're live from the Alamo.
Hello, people. Well, you see, we have a small group, but we are a group that stands for liberty and stand for the murder of Lavoy Finicum and for all our patriots that are currently being held against their will. And we have a young gentleman here that would like to tell you why he got into this.
So, I'm a patriot myself. I stand for liberty. I stand for my people of the United States of America. The murder of Lavoy Finicum was in cold blood, and I will stand for the fallen and for my people to protect this country from any enemy, foreign or domestic. It's my right given to me from my forefathers, and I will uphold it.
Thank you, young man. We have a small group, but we have large mouths.
Big hearts.
Oh, you beat me. Do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, I got some people there that are trying to find you, I think.
Well, we're standing right next to the white tent in front of the Alamo.
All right, I think, let's see, Dixie's there and somebody else. I'm not sure. Texas Lady might be there somewhere. But, yeah, we're just trying. You guys got some of your own problems with Red River going on down there? Heating up pretty good, I've heard.
Yes, we are. We're talking to people about Red River so they understand, and it's already coming here.
Oh, no. I was hoping that we got a pretty good turnout in Portland. They're already having some problems up there. Idaho's pretty good. We're going to be also at the Ted Cruz rally here in about 2 hours. I mean, we got Bay City. They're strewn along the road. We got places everywhere. This is really turning into a major across the country, but Portland seems to be getting a little more dangerous as the minutes go by.
That's wonderful. Hopefully we'll get bigger as we move along. We're getting a lot of questions, and we're able to answer a lot of them. And we've had many people come by and say they support us.
Rock and roll.
Thank you, Hot.
All right, we'll catch me back if anything's happening down there. Let me know. We'll come back and forth.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, bye.
Scott's working on getting his front camera working right now.
You guys are out of Reno? Yeah. All right. Well, we're out of here. See you guys later. What are you guys?
My name's Scott.
Scott?
Yeah.
And Rob.
Rob, nice to meet you.
Yeah, we just started a group called American Freedom Fighters online.
American Freedom Fighters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to pick up some stuff.
How about now, Sovereign?
More of a revolutionary.
That's
than
good. Looking good.
just singles protest. I got to believe in a lot more than.
Saying a prayer right now.
Okay. Has anyone spoken yet? And is there a stage of sorts, or how are they doing that?
Is she talking to me?
Yeah, you could wait till the moment of silence here, and we'll pick it up again.
So we pray that you'll give joy to those men and help them to remember that they're suffering for doing good. It's a noble and honorable thing. And I pray that you'll help us to be just as bold when we must do what's right, even when doing what is right is not easy.
I'm not mistaken. The young girls in the red, white, and blue are the nieces.
Okay.
You will stir the hearts of America, that you will turn the hearts of the fathers and mothers towards their children, and that you will turn our hearts towards one another and help us be united again as a people, and to remember that in loving our neighbor and being selfless and speaking out against the evil and the blood that has been shed in this nation, for this nation, and stealing and lying and committing adultery, grace out of blood, touches blood. I pray you'll help us to be able to have the strength to overturn that, to stop the powers of darkness, and do so peacefully, and to bring an end to the bloodshed. The 59 million babies that have been killed since the 1970s, all the way down to the blood of a boy just in these past few months. I pray that you also be strong and courageous, and look to you, because we know that you're standing with us. In the name of Jesus Christ, our Savior and our King. Amen.
How's the audio on that?
We can hear.
Say again?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Could you hear the loudspeaker?
Yes, it broke up a little bit, but it's not bad.
To take on this terror. They have crossed all boundaries. There's no mercy. And we have now become the enemy. God-fearing, American loving patriots. That's it. So it's not going to stop here. We will do monthly rallies. We're going to educate people on the Constitution so they know their rights when confronted with tyranny. And we'll do everything that we can that justice will be served for Lavoy and all of our men that are sitting in Oregon in jail. I'm going to ask Susan Whistler to come on up here. Come on, darling, that's you. Yes, you, Susan. Okay, no. All right, come on.
Is that a good shot?
Oh, you, yeah. Did I use the wrong name, really? I'm so sorry. Get up here. You know what I'm talking about. I told y'all. I am, and she's one of my faves, really. You, lady, right there. You're going to lead us in the pledge. We can say. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. A couple things. Jessica is going to be coming up and speaking. I wanted to let everybody know. I know everybody wants pictures, as do I. But we have to give them a little space, and whoever wants pictures, just ask myself, and I'll pull them aside so we can get pictures. And then also, there's a gentleman here that is selling bumper stickers. Where are you at, sir? Right here. Okay. And these bumper stickers are $2.50 each, or $5 for two. And the proceeds will go to the Finicums. They'll actually go to them today as their present. So we do ask that if you have the extra, certainly represent. Can you let me see one of those stickers to kind of hold up? Yep. Can everybody see that from there? It's Lavoie's brand. So if anybody wants the bumper stickers, you can see this gentleman over here.
I'm gonna get me a handful of them.
I'm going to ask Jessica to come up and say a few words, and then afterwards, Lavoie's is
Tell me what Patriots have to be locked up. It's better business.
what a beautiful song that I'll be playing for you all. Everybody welcome Jessica.
Hi, everyone. It's very nice to see all of you here. Our family and the rest of the Patriots couldn't do it without every single one of you. And we need many, many more. And that's why we're here today, is to go out and educate. Many of you have seen the pages that our family has created. It's called National Stand By Me for Liberty. I actually created a website as well. It's nationalstandbymeforliberty.com. And you can find rallies anywhere over the country with that page. We also have an educational resource center that we've created so people who don't know what's going on can go on there and take constitutional classes, and they're free, and kind of learn about what's going on in Oregon right now, because many, many people don't know. I talked to 500 people on February 13th at my rally that had no clue what was going on. And I can't believe that a man can be shot, a great, great man like my uncle could be shot, and people don't know. That is just ridiculous. And that's what we are out here, and we need to be out here for, is to get out there and let people know what is going on. That is for all of the Patriots that are currently in prison right now. You can find a way to write to them or to help them with their legal funds. This isn't just about my uncle. This is about America and what is going on here. People don't even know what their Constitution says or what their rights are. I didn't. I was ignorant, just like most a few months ago. And we all need to educate them. You'll also find a testimonial page on those that site.
No, you're there.
Having their rights abused or perverted, to go there and let us know, let America know what is going on with them. And with that, we're actually going to be asking every single one of them to fill out an affidavit. And we're going to be submitting those affidavits to the federal courts. And we're going to help every American that is having an issue with their constitutional rights being abused. Because, again, it's not just about my uncle. It's about America and us, we, the people. That's us, you know. I thank you all so much for being here. I can't do this alone, and we can't do this alone. We need more people to know what's going on. So thank you all for coming today and educating. That is a great book. Also, I wanted to tell you a few more things. My uncle signed a lot of books for people out there, and his own children didn't get a book signed by him. And we're asking any person who may have gotten one of those books to return it to the family, and we will get you a book signed by Jeanette and all of the kids, because we can't get those books for those kids anymore. So it would be so amazing if people would stand forward and do that. I know Jamie's going to, which is amazing. Thank you, Jamie. Another thing. We are doing some donations. The family, the extended family of Jeanette Finicum, has come together. We're making memorial pins for, it has a picture of my uncle's face and a ribbon, a patriotic ribbon. And we're hand making those. We are giving those away for $5 a piece, and 100% of that goes to my Aunt Jeanette. We don't know what's going to happen for her right now. The man who took care of her is gone. She has 11 children and a ranch now to take care of on her own. And so this month I've raised $2,500 for my aunt, and that helps her pay her mortgage. And I'm asking people to buy pins to help me promote the pins so that our family can continue to make those and get her mortgage paid if we can. We also have books. The family has gotten books, and we can sell those as well. We can take orders today if anybody does want to. We didn't bring them on our vacation, so I'm sorry. But we will take orders, and we'll mail them to you. So if you guys are interested, we can do that as well. And that's all I've got for you. Thank you all.
No, tell them I can't figure it out fast enough right now. But I am recording and uploading on Facebook.
How's the audio on all this?
Governor running for campaign, running for governor of Oregon, Mr. Cuff.
So they're written in the Constitution.
She's scared.
You know, and they're spelled out there, but there are a lot of people in this country that do not believe anymore. There is a God.
We are now at the City Hall.
If there's a God, then what does that tell you about what they believe about your inalienable rights? You don't really have them. So if they decide that you don't get them, you ain't getting them. So anyway, we need just to have, we need to kind of push back and say, hey, you know, we the people believe in God, and these rights are inalienable. So Alan told me I better write something down so I don't wander, so I'm going to look at my notes here. Oh, and what this issue was about over there had to do with property rights. I'm a real estate agent, been doing that for 15 years. I raised my hand and I said, I will protect people's property rights. And I've been talking to the real estate agency, and I've been saying, look, my broker, and I've been saying, this is a fight we should be into. So when you look at these rights that these ranchers have, their water rights, their grazing rights, these are rights that they have that they've established by use. And the BLM does not have the right to come in there and restrict these. These are actual real property rights that they have. And so just because they pay a grazing fee does not mean they're a renter. These are actual property rights that should not be infringed upon. And that's what most people don't think. Well, if they're renting that land, they're not renting that land. They own the rights to that grass, right? So they have the right. And once these laws are passed and these rights are established, even when they pass a new law later on down the road, there's always a provision in there that it doesn't change the existing rights that already exist. Woo! That's where BLM is messing up, and that's where the U.S. Forest Service is messing up. And the land that is in Oregon belongs to Oregonians.
Yeah! Oregon!
So we've got to speak that loud and clear. When we became a state, 53% of our land is currently managed by the federal government. That's, I don't know if you guys saw the Facebook thing, but there was a note in there that said that Alaska was looking at buying the land back from the federal government, for a couple million.
Yeah.
Are you there? What's showing up?
With my maker, and I shall not fear.
You're live and your video is back. Thank you, Scott.
I feel like I'm right with my maker too, but I'm scared. I'm so scared. What could happen up here?
I just got a message that did I lose you?
Around everywhere. They're
Nope, you're live. You're good. We got video too. Thank you.
burning people's property,
You're not seeing me, you're seeing them.
violating us in the work.
No, I'm looking at you though. You need to switch cameras again.
He would say is one, he
How about now?
Good. That's got it.
died in pain. We won't let that happen.
Did you not pick up that song?
And it will take
Some of it.
every single one of us,
We got the audio, but not the video.
more of us,
Can you tell who's speaking?
make sure that justice is
Come
served
back.
on his behalf.
Do you know who is speaking?
And the rest of my days, if that's what it takes.
She's
to
a
make
friend of the
sure
family.
that justice is served. And that there is an open investigation on the FBI. There is an open investigation on the BLM. And his family can get some peace.
Hold nice and steady if you can, Scott.
The only thing I can say is that I ask that you guys keep praying for his family. He has a very large family. And as they said, Jeanette is stuck there on the ranch. And Lavoy was the farmer, the worker, the provider. So she's going to need a lot of uplifting. If it's something as simple as a private message on Facebook, just telling her that you support her, and that you're sending prayers, starting prayer circles.
Snow is hard to
A
work
lot of his
around.
daughters are on Facebook. You can also reach out to them. Just let them know that we support them and that we will spend our days fighting for justice. Also, with our men that have been imprisoned, we may not have all agreed with them going into Oregon and occupying
Just got a couple things I wanted to
the
say real quick.
refuge.
I got a message
In
for all
fact, at first I was
country singers and
I thought there's got to be
people who's in the public spotlight. Read your constitutions. Make a stand. Don't just sing about freedom. Stand up and voice your real opinion. Don't just go off of what everybody writes for your songs. Toby Keith, I like the music. Give us a shout out. Tell us what you think about everything that's going on with Lavoy and the Bundys and the Hammonds and a myriad of other topics. Willie Nelson, same thing with you, man. Good guy, good singer. Give us a shout out. This goes out to all you guys. Everybody who's in the public spotlight needs to come out and voice their opinion, one way or another. Use your freedom of speech. Help us out. God bless.
As well as the feds went into the refuge after our men had been put in jail. They would not let any of the defense attorneys go in with them, nor would they let media in. They have now discovered that there was explosives, which, by the way, they were there from day one. Those explosives were owned by the BLM. So everything that they're doing right now, our men did not bring, they never intended to harm anyone. How many have seen the videos where they said, we will not draw arms. We want this to be resolved peaceful. Who were the ones that made it non-peaceful? Who did it? The FBI, right? They're the ones that came in. They're the ones that took up arms. And they're the ones who fired on our people. We did not. So that's one thing that we also need to remember. We have now 37 patriots that are in jail right now. I think I have most stood behind us here, over here where the Stand By Me for Liberty poster. If anyone wants to send them, again, a letter or just to let them know, hey, we're out here and we support you guys. You can't imagine what one piece of mail means to these guys right now. It means the world to them. And they wait for the mail every day to come in because it just gives them a little bit of hope. We do have a couple of our men, our patriots, that
are in jail right now that will be calling to talk to you guys. I believe Ammon will be speaking, as well as Blaine Cooper. And those, again, we planned it for 4 o'clock our time, which is 1 o'clock their time, because they're still in Oregon, which most of them with the new indictments will be moved back to Nevada. But as for now, they're still in Oregon. And when I told them about the rally today and that, you know, you guys, we have the auxiliary, we have a way for you guys to speak, Blaine actually cried, because it's his only way to reach out to people. So when he does call, as well as Ammon, I'm going to ask every single one of you to show them massive support, because it will keep them going in there. And they don't have much hope right now. They're, the majority of them, which is Ammon, Clive, Brian Bundy, Brian Payne, Pete Santilli, and Blaine, as well as Buddha, Brian Cavalier, are looking at 2 life sentences with the new indictments. But we can help that. There's a such thing, one, as a presidential pardon. We know that our president right now isn't going to give them that, right? So we know we're looking at least, you know, January 20th of next year before we even have a chance to approach, hopefully, our new president, which we're not going to get political here and everybody state who they want to be a new president, but whoever it may be, we hope it's not Hillary or Bernie. And then we're going to ask for those presidential pardons.
Not to mention any names, but
In
the
the
initials
meantime,
are Hillary
as
and
long
Bernie.
as we can, support them from the outside, any means possible. There's a lot of fundraisers set up. If anybody wants to donate, you can go on to my personal page as well as Liberty Bells, and you can find every single link. And as well, yes,
Do the right thing.
It has a link to every single legal account and their addresses, so you can go right to them. But you're going to find that on nationalstandbymeforliberty.com, Patriot Support Center, okay?
yeah, because I've noticed that a lot of them aren't getting much support. Even phone time for them is so valuable right now. Things that we take for granted. I spoke to Blaine this morning on the way here, and he was excited to eat a Snicker bar. When was the last time we got excited to eat a Snicker bar? When all your rights are ripped from you, when you're innocent.
I want my kids to have a future. I don't want this. Speak up.
We can't imagine what they're going through. That's how I'm going to end that, is we really just can't imagine how they're going through, what they're going through. I'm going to pass this because this is an emotional, touchy subject. As Carolyn was very special to me, as well as the a lot of other personally. They're really special people. So Clive had just taught me. They have all the boys right now. Me, who is still 17. So Carol, and like she said a couple days ago, and she said to me, she said, you think that they have? I certainly ain't met the Bundy men yet, or the Bundy woman yet. If anyone knows Carol, she really meant it. She is a feisty little thing, as well as Stetsy and Bailey and everyone else. The Bundy women are just as strong as the Bundy men.
We're calling it.
Does anyone have any questions so far at all?
They're scared.
You guys are being awful quiet.
And why wouldn't they be?
This isn't like Patriots. We're usually loud and proud.
For standing against corruption, whistleblowers, journalists are in prison now. And you go on with your presidential debates and
my question is I noticed that they weren't allowed to receive letters. They are receiving the letters now.
Am I still on, Sovereign?
Okay. Has anybody questioned why they keep bringing them back to the other states?
Yep, you're good.
Like Uber, all these other guys are supposed to have this going on from the state that supposedly did the crime. Why are they not being extradited back to those states?
That's true. It does take 45 days. But most importantly, when I was speaking to Rachel Ritzheimer, which is John's wife, she explained to me that there's a military term for this. And how it works is they try to break them down. So by moving them to different places, one, they don't want them to collaborate with each other. So they don't want them to be able to speak to each other. And as of right now, they're still not speaking to each other. Did you guys know that Clive can't even speak to his sons? Who's in the same jail. They're keeping them all separate. So it's just a mental thing that they're doing to kind of break them down to where they surrender and plead guilty. Is what I'm understanding from Rachel Ritzheimer. I don't have facts other than I've only spoke to Blaine's attorney, and I know that he'll be moved back to Nevada very shortly, as will the other men that's been indicted on the Bundy Ranch in 2014. Hopefully, as the lawyer has told me, that the Oregon charge is a charge that can be beat. So we're going to be hopeful about that. And that's exactly why they're coming with all the new charges and the new indictments, because they know what they're charging them on in Oregon, it can be beat. But if anyone's looked at the charges personally for Clive's never carried a weapon. Never. Clive wasn't even down at he wasn't at the standoff. He was on the property, but he wasn't standing off. He invited the sheriff, Gillespie, to come and speak. He shook hands with him. He welcomed them into the property. So this is all just it's all trumped up charges. And why do they wait 2 years, right? Why didn't they arrest Clive in Nevada when he was getting on the airplane? Why did they wait till he got to Oregon? So many unanswered questions that we have, and that's our job, to get to the bottom of it. That's why we're here, and this is why we're going to continue doing it. We're going to fight that justice be served.
I think we didn't have much.
All right, I got you.
Hello, how's Bill Pepper in here?
All right, I got you. Woo! You about blew my head off.
You can hear that she wants to say something.
All right, go for it. Got to get close so I can hear. I can't hear you. You might have to do this selfie style. No, still can't hear her. Sorry.
Fought for. We join here today because of great patriots.
Lost you again. Noise cancellation's killing it.
Intimately to our patriotic heroes. And without him, we feel the loss of a true boy and a missed loved one. In the time since his passing, we have seen a nation of patriots arise, and it's about time. All over our beloved country, patriots are awakening to the cause of a nation's campaign. As our brave friend, a fellow patriot, informed us, some have known that pain directly, while others have only borne witness to it. Having heard his message, we cannot close our eyes to the truth. We who heard him now carry his spirit and must continue to deliver his message directly to the heart of Americans. We have seen our country divided, though united in the name of fellow Americans, have been split apart by petty differences and the excessive abuse of power. The man we honor today has made this point clear. In life, he modeled the strength and devotion that we must find within ourselves in order to carry out his dream. Today we come together as I know he once imagined we would. I hope we've made him proud. We all pray that he has peace now and that someday the America that he loves so much can have peace also. May our country find the freedom promised us, and may we forever honor those who gave their lives in the pursuit of that freedom. Let his passing restore our pride. Let us reach out to each other for comfort and inspiration. Let his dream of freedom and America live on in the heart of each true patriot. Through us, let his beautiful voice continue to be heard across the nation. Let it echo in the minds and awaken the spirits as it has ours. He has left us a voice, and we must promise that we will use it, that we will stand together to honor him and his hope for our country. And remember, folks, this is our country. We have to stand up and take our rights back, that we will stand together to honor him again, and his hope for our country should be the model for what we move forward. One cowboy stand for freedom has become one nation stand for America. Lavoy, we have heard you, my friend. Now, as your spirit stands with us, we will keep that promise and speak with a voice that you have given. May God bless and keep you. Thank you, everybody.
Here, here. Here for freedom. Freedom and liberty. Show them where the Alamo's at. So there you go, Rev. That's what we got going here at the Alamo.
All right. Thanks a lot. Anybody else got anything to say?
Anyone got anything to say? Come there, friend.
Remember the Alamo.
Sure. Get rid of the murderers of Americans.
All right, thanks a lot. You be proud of my multitasking. I'm pressure canning 14 quarts of green beans right now, too.
Beating you, that's right. Everybody get prepared. It's not going to be pretty.
Well, since I heard it one time, that's the second time. I think I did fairly well. You did great.
You did awesome. He kept saying, I can't hear her, I can't hear her. No. Really?
All right, thanks a lot. Let me know on the next run.
Okay, here you're actually live now.
Still going strong. Good.
will abuse their power for their own gain or silence those who stand against their evil. We see it happen every day with Americans across our nation from an overwhelmingly powerful and out-of-control government. We know when Pete does this wrong, but many times, whether out of fear or even apathy, we ignore the injustice and continue on as if nothing is wrong. And this is how things are. What we fail to realize is by doing so we condemn ourselves to the same injustice. It's only a matter of time before it's on your own doorstep. We stay silent and refuse to stand up with our voices to make known what is being done is wrong. And we say to ourselves, there is nothing I can do about it. This is why you cannot make a difference in our country. Revered men of God gave us a beautiful document called the Constitution, tied with the Declaration of Independence. Men are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights like freedom of speech, and the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, and associated in the Declaration of Independence, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That whenever any government or force becomes destructive of these acts, that the right and duty of the people to alter or to abolish such government. We as Americans have a duty to stand for our brethren.
So we just have to push that and push that and push that, and we can get that done. And you know, we need to do this in a civilized manner. We got the folks in Utah, Ken Ivory, and the American Lands Council that are working to try to get the western states are getting together and lobbying our congressional leadership so that they can actually say, okay, look, we're backing out of this thing. And we got presidential candidates that are going to do that thing. So they're going to get this done. But we just need to stand vigilant. We need to elect people to office, and I'm hoping I'm your choice, because the people speak, we win. So, Ronald Reagan used to say, you can always trust the people, listen to the people. So that's what we're about. And you guys know, when I'm posting things on Facebook, I have people ask me questions. Are you for real? Man, you're like making total sense here, and you believe like I believe. And it takes me a minute sometimes to convince you folks that, yeah, I really do believe this thing. I'm not just saying this because I'm a politician, because I'm not. I'm a realtor. My dad was a barber for 40 years. I sat in that barber shop and I listened to the businessmen and the ranchers and the farmers come in there and talk about how they can fix state government. We have some common sense solutions, and we can fix this state. But, you know, and we got to stand together. You guys are, and, you know, Second Amendment, right? These guys are exercising their Second Amendment rights. And I'm sure there's a lot of you guys out there, including myself, who are exercising our Second Amendment rights right now. Right? You know, I don't want to say raise of hands of how many guys are concealed today, but I know they're out there, so I feel real safe. Yeah! Right? Because, you know, just because somebody has weapons does not mean they're terrorists. And that's the narrative. You know, these guys were armed. They took this place over, they're armed. That means they're dangerous, they're terrorists. Wrong. Wrong. You know, that narrative has to be changed. Yes, sir. So, if you read in the Federalist Papers, number 46 in the Federalist Papers, it states that the reason Madison believed that the federal government would never take over like they're doing right now, the reason that Madison said that they were not going to be able to do that is because the people are armed. That's the point, right? So our Second Amendment rights at the end of the night, we'll stand by that. So, I don't know how much time I got. I'm close to the end, he said. What about the what? Yeah, we got some folks coming here that we're not quite sure whether they're terrorists or not. And you know, as a state, they're going to send folks in here, and I'll just tell you, we need our law enforcement folks to make sure that wherever those folks go, they're vetted somehow, because the feds aren't going to do it. So we need our law enforcement folks on board. What we need in Oregon right now is we need 36 constitutional sheriffs in every single county. Constitution. Coming in with the FBI.
They should all be constitutional.
The U.S. Forest Service armed. The Fish and Wildlife guys are armed. The state police are armed. Well, guess what? But the chief law enforcement officer in the state of Oregon is that county sheriff. And he needs to know that we're expecting him as citizens to protect us from the feds, from the state, everyone. So when it comes to exercising police rights within that county, the state, the federal government, they all better be talking to the sheriff. And just like Sheriff Palmer in Grant County, where he shut the U.S. Forest Service down and said, look, you're not exercising police powers in my county, that's what we need. So I understand that Sheriff Mack, I think they're working on getting the thing set up where he's going to come to Prineville, Crook County, like the 25th of March, okay, which is Good Friday, right? I can't think of a better day to have him come than on Good Friday. And that's when our Lord and Savior was crucified. I'm not sure why we call it good sometimes, other than he shed his blood for us. Right? That's why it's good. But that's a great day to get together and have him speak. So put that on your calendar, and I don't think they quite finalize that yet, but they will. And if you guys all show up and they don't have a bigger venue, that would be wonderful. Wonderful. So thanks for coming out today, and man, I can't tell you how much your support means.
Amen.
All right, and I got bumper stickers. Make sure you get bumper stickers. Everybody got one? We got the bumper stickers. Okay, so.
Radio check.
Okay.
Start speaking up.
I vote We the People 2016.
Gotta be a hypocrite.
I vote yeah.
I second that. And for president.
I'll handle media relations. Yes, that's security down there. Yeah, we're all excited because
I noticed there were some people guiding and some were misguiding.
Trump and Hillary are in Michigan.
A group of women.
Sunday. Yay, Michigan. Glad to have you here.
Form Rebels Angels. This group is now being deemed the first women's militia group. Our purpose is not only to show that women have a voice, but we can and do practice our. We can do this while educating and giving side-by-side support to others in the movement. We are not a piece of the movement, but a part of the voice within. Lavoy was a staunch supporter of women in this movement. Look at his daughters and nieces and all that they are accomplishing and doing positively. Not to mention quickly, you ladies are rare jewels and examples to follow. Also, a quick shout to the men that support us women in the movement, not only privately, but also through other groups. If you would like more information about Rebels Angels, you can look at rebelsangels.com. It's a growing source of education, news, and always also ways to protect yourself and prepared to be involved. So my question to you is this: why shouldn't women form a militia to protect their rights too? Our voices are equally important as the men, and that's why Rebels Angels are standing here on behalf of the Finicum family to educate you about Lavoy, his message, and what it should mean to each of us standing here as we the people. Only standing together can we stop this kind of corrupt tyranny. The ultimate question is why? Why was Lavoy murdered? After watching hours of the education and that resulted in the ambush and the murder of Lavoy Finicum, I was in shock, disbelief, and I had immediate concern. What did an educating, loving,
and God-fearing husband and father do to deserve to be gunned down in cold blood? Murdered in the name of what? Money to those that are greedy? Try to expose the lies and the corruption of the government that tramples on the rights of every individual in this nation? Why is it okay for our rights given to us by our founding fathers to be ripped away, trashed, ignored, and forced from us? Our Second Amendment gives us the right to stop our government. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Our First Amendment gives us the right to speak freely and be informed. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of press or the right of the people peacefully to assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. Our First Amendment is backed by our Second. Our freedom of speech is also being ripped from us. Why is that anyone who peacefully stood up against this is now sitting in jail being persecuted for their constitutional right to support and defend these rights? This backward play of what the government deems domestic terrorism activities is why militias are so important in defending our rights. The government can have protection they need, yet we the people cannot. LaFoy Finicum, Ammon and Ryan Bundy, and each other individual that has sacrificed themselves and sacrifices of their families. The manipulation of the mainstream media has just unjustly portrayed patriots as terrorists and actual domestic terrorists as peaceful protesters. LaVoy was murdered by these same people and left laying with obvious no help, while they continued to assault on the 3 remaining passengers in his vehicle. How is this justified in any way? How does this not make you want to rise up and take back our country, our freedoms, liberties, and most importantly, stand up, be we the people who are the government. The government is not our master. LaVoy's message, all their messages are simple. Love of God.
And it looks like that's about as much as you can do with one battery today, folks. Yeah, we found that that on your average phone you can go about it.
Yeah. And what I want to talk to you today is about how
You guys were out at the Portland rally. Across the street over there is the jail. Ammon Bundy and our Patriot brothers are up there. We got some counter protesters across the street, some good speakers here, and I'm going to say a few words in just a moment as we wrap up today's rally. We've probably got 200 to 300 out here today, down in Portland, downtown, and lots of police, lots of feds, but no problems. Everything's been good. So Nathan's here too.
Yep. Hello, everyone.
And somewhere, do you know where our wives are?
They're over to the right, but they're a ways away. We're not going to be able to catch them right now. Oh, it's right there. Yeah, it's back there. Okay, thanks. Well, excuse me.
Nobody wants to pick up a Bible and have to stand against our federal government. Communication is the key. When we can all sit down and talk, we're going to achieve a whole hell of a lot more than standing opposite of each other with guns. So moving forward, the learning lessons from everything is that we have to come together. We were so divided as a group, the patriot groups across the country. Why didn't you guys do this? You should be doing that. Well, the only way we're going to resolve that is when we all stand together. We have to come together and have one united front.
There's our wives.
That message comes from all angles. It comes from phone calls. It comes from voicemails. It comes from emails. It comes from letters, and it comes from standing just like every one of us is doing today. We're standing here together, united.
You got a camera there? Okay, this is live streaming right now, so would you hold this one when Nathan and I, then we don't have to deal with it. Go ahead and push forward if you need to. Push. Yeah, I mean, you can just move right in here, and then you can get BJ, and then everything's going to get out.
I'll be angry. Let our government know exactly how angry we are. Okay? So,
we're the 3% and we're pissed!
That's right. We are the 3%. So, when we had the driving rally in Burns, we had a great message. We had a great video. And as we closed and we got in our cars, there was one statement that was made. And I think we should all say that really loud right now. And we all know the statement, and it begins with, "United we stand, divided we fall." That's right. Remember that message. Be loud. Be very loud. Let everybody know how angry you are. Let your representatives know. Let your government know. Let your sheriff know how angry we are at how this resolved itself. So, God bless everybody here. Thank you for being here. Let's continue to work together. Let's put our differences aside. Stand together, stand united, and resolve this problem before anybody else loses their life, before anybody else gets thrown in jail. Let's make our voices heard so they understand that enough is enough. All right? Thank you, guys.
Hey, we did find a debit card up here for Sherry Granado, so come claim that if you're here, okay? And all right, well, I guess I'm supposed to wrap us up today. So I'm Gavin Syme, for those of you that don't know me. And it's great to see you all here. It's always wonderful to see people rally and stand for liberty. And what I'd like to do first is, for those who would like to, is to kneel with me. Father, I want to first pray for those across the road from us. I want to ask that you open our hearts, that we can unite in liberty, and that we can love our neighbor as ourselves, and that we can stand by for justice for all, rather than always fighting and opposing one another. I want to pray for our nation, God, that you would open our hearts and remove the blindness and grant us repentance so that we can stand with liberty. We can stand for the liberty that Lavoie and Ammon and the patriots across this nation since it was founded have stood for. We're flawed, and we failed in so many ways, and we failed to defend the weak and the fatherless and the widow. But we ask that you give us strength and courage and open our eyes from blindness so that we can stand for liberty. Amen.
Amen.
Now, before I continue, I'm going to be pretty brief here, but I want to have my brother Nathan come up too. And you've seen probably Nathan on a video or two, but he's been doing a lot of work in the background on this, trying to help keep the narrative going. And I just want to have him make a brief statement on today's topic, and then I will wrap us up and we will move on to Salem.
Yeah. My name is Nathan Syme, and I wanted to talk to you all about, you remember the last video that Lavoie put out, the day before he died? Yeah. He was talking to the Burns Paiute. And I want to talk to everybody, not just the Patriot movement, the natives, from the Haudenosaunee to the Kumeyaay in California, all the way across the country, to the Black Lives Matter movement, to the Middle Eastern people, the Arabs, the Jews, I don't care, everyone. It's all the same cause. We all have legitimate grievances here. You know, we're not separate, we're not divided. They're abusing, the black community the same as they're abusing the Patriots. They're abusing the Indians and stealing their land exactly the same. There's a man in Nevada, just north of stealing Indian land. What are you talking about? There's a man in Nevada, just north of Cliven, and they took his cattle. They took his cattle, and nobody stood up for him. They came and stood up for Cliven. We have to unite and be together as one, not just the Patriot movement, but all the movements. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, you know what? We got people with different opinions here, and I want to talk about that. I want to tell a little story. There was once a tyrant prince, and he had people that were dissatisfied with his reign, and he wanted him and his bureaucrats to control them. And so he said, well, what we need to do is we need to divide them one against the other. We need to divide the eye colors, and we need to divide the beliefs and the races, and those to go to churches with tall steeples and those to go to churches with short steeples, and we need to divide people against one another. Friends, we need to unite in liberty. We don't unite by standing with tyrants. We unite by standing against them on principle and for peace. As we stood on this corner down here, I saw a building, and on its walls was engraved the word Justice Center. And I cannot think of a place more unjust than this place. We scrap and we fight and we worry about terrorists and ISIS funded by our own government, and we worry about the people coming down our streets. Well, if ISIS comes down our street, nobody's going to fault me for defending myself. But if my government comes down the street, I become the terrorist. You see, I don't care. As a Christian, I have my firm resolve in my beliefs, and I'll tell that to everyone. But if someone is of another faith, or if they're Muslim, or even if I completely disagree with them, as long as they're not violating the rights of another, I will be defending their rights as well. Lavoy Finicum loved his neighbor. Lavoy Finicum loved these protesters across the street, and here's the thing that people don't realize. These people across the street, friends, we're on the same side. We both want our government to give us our land. We want our government to stop abusing our wives and our children and our brothers. We want liberty for our posterity. We have to stand up because we did this to this nation. We allowed a government of terrorists. And let's be clear, we see news stories and we share posts about ISIS, and we say, look at these terrorists. Friends, have you ever noticed that these black-robed tyrants look very similar? The greatest terrorists in this nation sit in that courtroom down the street. We terrorize the innocent and the widow and the fatherless and the weak and those who cannot defend themselves. We lock them in cages. We destroy their lives for nothing. The black and the Indian and the Mexican and the white, anyone is not safe from the hands of a tyrant prince. We need to stop pointing the fingers at our neighbors, and we need to start pointing the fingers at ourselves for allowing this evil. But at the same time, we need to remember that our words have power. We need to stop compromising our words. We need to stop saying, well, I don't agree with them, but I'm going to try and work within the system. You do not work within evil. You work within righteousness. You do not work within tyranny. You work within principle. You do not work within hate. You work within love. And I think Jesus said it best. He said, this is law. You love God and you love your neighbor as yourself. And this fundamental principle is where our Constitution comes from. Loving your neighbor as yourself, because when you love your neighbor as yourself, you cannot abuse your neighbor. And this carries forth into the principles of law, life, liberty, and property equally for all. We hold these truths to be self-evident. And so as I close, and I hope we'll move on to Salem and keep the message going, we need to remember that our voice has power, that our words have power. We do not be silent. We do not stand still. We defend our neighbor.
Yeah, I like Gavin Jordan. Can I get an extra man mic? I'm starting to get
We got
Okay. Here, you can, hang on. I got it. I'm good, thank you. Here, let's just move over here. You good. Okay, what can I do for you guys?
First of all, how did you come to be here in Clinton today? You brought you here from
How to be here in Oregon?
Yeah.
I just showed up because we have all these principled men across the street locked in a cell because they upheld the Constitution. And so people are gathering and they're saying, hey, we want justice.
Did Ammon ask you to be here, or did somebody sort of ask you to come participate in this Portland rally?
No, I mean, I'm involved in political things, and I speak a lot about these things, and so, of course, people tell me when they're going on, and when I can, I just try and show up and be supportive.
So you just showed up of your own, you decided this
Yeah,
is the place to be today? Because I know these are happening in Utah, I know there's
Right.
all over.
Well, and I'm from Washington, and this was one of the closer ones to me, and so I just wanted to be as supportive as I could for the Bundys and for the family. But really, it's for everybody. It's for Black Lives Matter. It's for the whites. It's for the blacks. It doesn't matter. It's about a government that respects the people.
So I heard you compare the federal judges in these courts here
Right.
to terrorists.
Right.
Can you tell me what you mean by that?
Well, a terrorist is someone who uses threats of extortion and violence to get their way, and that's exactly what our court system and our justice system has done all across this nation. Everything you do, right down to the humble traffic ticket, is essentially a death penalty if you resist. And so all the way up to these federal courts, they say this is law, this is politeness, this is order, but there is no law. Our Constitution is the law. The law is our right to speech. It's our right to movement. It's our right to property. It's our right to be free and uninhibited. And so I would ask the people of this nation who are constantly terrified of their government. They're terrified when they're pulled over on a dark, lonely road at night. They're terrified about what's happening to this nation. Who are the terrorists?
But do you think if you were a federal judge who has never harmed a person, who has acted lawfully and does your best to interpret the law, don't you think that would be an extremely offensive comparison?
Absolutely not. I cannot think of someone in this nation who has harmed more people than a federal judge. The law is this Constitution. They don't get to interpret it. They get to uphold that law and defend people's rights.
Right,
And what's
but I mean,
happening
the
is...
comparison is the people who are literally beheading people, and...
Do you know how many people our government killed? How many American people on our soil they killed last year in 2015? About 1,200. And I don't know the numbers of how many people were beheaded by ISIS. And don't get me wrong, I mean, they're wicked as well. But terrorism is terrorism. And so here it takes the shape of politeness and large, grand buildings and iron cells. And there it takes the shape of immediate violence, which is more grotesque to our eyes. But both of them shock the conscience when families are torn apart and fathers are locked in jail, when there is no victim, when there is nobody to come in court and say, I was harmed. The victim has become the state. And what's happened, just as they killed Lavoy Finicum, they are saying, we the state are the power, you are the subject.
Can you state your name and your title for us?
I'm Gavin Syme, and I'm just a Christian and a patriot and somebody that believes in loving my neighbor.
So you see the government and the federal court system very, very literally as tyrannical.
They are very literally as tyrannical. The law is very explicit. The law says, for example, under Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17, that the federal government cannot own land like the Malheur Wildlife Refuge. And of course, that's just one part of the message. Ammon Bundy, it wasn't just about a wildlife refuge. It was about not terrorizing farmers. It was about keeping the land where it belongs. It was about state rights. It was about individual rights.
I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to find
I know
my
how it
lens
works.
covered in the rain.
Yeah,
so
I know.
Like, oh, crap, this is not good.
So at the end of the day, people say, well, it's a shocking thing to call a judge a terrorist. Most people are terrified to go even into a courtroom to observe. And I would challenge anybody who does not believe me to go into their court and to watch and to observe what's happening in these courtrooms and watch the terror in people's eyes and on their faces and feel the terror that they're put under by this justice system. A justice system that's supposed to be upholding the principles of life, liberty, and property. That's the only job of our government, is to defend that equally. So I hope that answers the questions.
Thank you for taking the time to talk to me. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Do you have any affiliation either with cows or with any of
I've worked with some of the cows people, and I work with anyone who's standing up for liberty. So yeah. Thank you. Still on? No, it's not on. Oh yeah, it is. Hey, okay guys, we're clear enough. The rain just came, so our timing is perfect, and we're going to move on to Salem and have a rally down there. And there's our wives, over there, and Nathan. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. What's the plan? Yeah, I think we're going to ride down there. Hopefully the clouds are not that far yet, huh?
I'll be down there.
Good.
It rains about 150 days out of the year.
Yeah. Cyrus, you're on YouTube. Do you have anything to say about the law? Not today? Okay.
You're in Soap Lake, right?
Yes.
Sue Arbuthnot. I talked to Nathan at one point back in the day when you were on your show,
right,
and so forth. We're making a documentary. Richard and I were independent documentary filmmakers here in Burns. We'd love to talk with you at some point about that event and how you were able to.
Yeah, get in touch. You can email me. You can also get a hold of Nathan, and we're together all the time. Okay.
Yeah, and so we might just.
Well, that's rare. Well, except for when they put it out on
I don't know how
That's one of our cards, so you can check up on what we do.
It's not bad. I appreciate it. It's not bad for the
we love the area. Actually, I worked on the Grand Coulee Dam Laser Light Show.
Oh, cool.
Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
You would?
Yeah, I just saw it last year.
Oh, you did? Okay, because it just opened last year.
It's nice. Yeah, it's really cool.
So we want to come up and talk with you.
Absolutely.
Okay,
good to meet you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Where's the organizers? Let's find the organizers. He's at the window? What? What? Just a minute. We will soon. Be patient. Where's your wife? We don't want to lose people. We got a lot of.
We're gonna help the Portland Police Department out, and we're gonna file by peacefully with no words. Just move right on your vehicles. We know our meeting place. Let's show some good support.
Okay, where's
for the job they've done.
We're gonna keep this rolling for now, guys. Man, buddy. You got your wife, Nathan?
Thanks for having a good day too.
Thanks for making this so peaceful. Thank you. Thank you for helping.
Please defend the peace.
Let's communicate about how we're going to go.
We'll
probably be heading out here.
Hey, we love you guys. Just listening. I thought I heard something.
Evan, I don't even know you. I have stuff for. I'm never going to see. Hi. I need to find Lisa Bundy. I have stuff that she knows she's going to get. Have you seen her around here?
I have not. I don't know where she is.
How
we There's Lisa Bundy. Hey, just so this is still on the air, so just so you know, do you have anything you want to say to people?
Well, I just got done seeing Ammon.
Okay.
And he's wondering if everybody still knows and is staying active. So
absolutely.
Let's let him continue to remember that we are.
Right.
And he is missing me and the children terribly. It was a very emotional visit.
Right.
But he says we need to keep reading our constitutions, keep educating ourselves and educating our families, getting the words out, holding strong, staying true. He said it was still worth it. So if it's worth it to him, then it's worth it to us, right, guys?
Yeah. Well, and we hope to see him, but thank him for all of us. You know, I mean,
I
hope they were able to see people out here.
He did see it.
Good.
He did see it.
Good.
He saw it. So, and he was grateful. And you're Nathan, right?
I'm Nathan. Good to meet you, Lisa.
Nice to meet you.
Did I meet you earlier?
No, Candace. This is my girlfriend, Candace. Yeah.
Candace, good to meet you. Whoops.
Okay.
I'm Gavin's wife.
Oh, hello. Oh, hello, baby. Oh, yeah. Baby, too. And these are your children?
Okay.
Trying to clear it out here. This thing is on the air.
The police are about ready to come in on these guys here and bust these guys, these protesters from over there. So they just asked us to get out of the way so that when they come in, they make a sweep on only those guys.
Tom, hey.
Bust them
hey.
These
guys were causing problems. Those
Christmas.
Yeah,
I forget.
We all need to work together.
Hello. Well, you're putting the word out there.
Hi, good to meet you, Lisa.
You're with Lisa?
Hey, I just want to shout out to Kelly and April for organizing this. I don't see them around here right now, but you girls did a great job. So thank you for putting this together. People are stepping out to keep the message going. Thanks for coming. City Hall.
Okay, right next to City Hall. Right there.
Oh, they're trying to move us away from the zero, so. They're mine, we're still lying.
Yeah, I got my grandkids. That's why I'm moving real tight, man. Especially in a crazy place like this.
I think that's, why don't we reconnoiter over there? Yeah. You mean leave? You used the wrong big word.
Yeah.
Big word, it's probably right.
You're a rock star. Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's go. Quick. I don't know. I got some impression that they were going to try and. He said they were going to bust these guys, but I don't know for what. They were mainly, they were belligerent, but they have that right. So I'm just, but I don't know. They might just be talking to them and trying to disperse people. I think they were concerned that things were getting too agitated. So as long as they, I don't see them coming up. Good to see you.
Yeah, if the police get hostile, we need to get videos here.
It doesn't matter who it is, but hopefully they won't. I mean, it looks like everything's peaceful so far.
Let's not make these guys feel like we're intimidating.
Okay. Stay close.
What are we doing?
Hey, we love you guys too.
You're my fucking hero. Because you got a big mouth and no brain.
Thanks
all right,
for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for standing
We
up.
support you.
Thank
you. You guys take care. Good to see you out here.
You guys going to do Salem?
I think so, yeah.
Excellent.
Hopefully it's sunny there.
We should have just made a big convoy with flags.
You know what's going on over here? I see a lot of police. Are they giving the counter protesters trouble, or just
they were
just trying to disperse
everybody? No, actually not.
They're just trying to make sure nothing gets out of hand. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thanks for being here. Looks like everything's all right.
We're okay, yeah.
Yeah. I just don't want anybody getting abused. Hey, buddy. Okay, let's see. Do you have anything you want to say?
I don't think so. I think I've covered it.
Okay. We've been going for about 20 minutes here, so it's getting bandwidth down here. Okay, so this building, this is, I don't know what they call this park, but right over here,
Pioneer Square.
this is the terrorist center right across here. They call it the Justice Center, but this is where they terrorize and abuse and extort the innocent in our nation today. And they have a George Washington quote. I think if he was here, he would probably take a can of spray paint and unquote his name from this building of injustice. But I don't know. He'd probably be arrested for that. But yeah, okay. And then across here, no, actually right here. Do we know, is Ammon standing there? Ammon's somewhere right up in this building, and so he's watching us. And other patriots up there too. I don't know if, I think Pete is still here, John Ritzheimer. Most of them are in this building. Cliven has been moved, but we have a whole bunch of good men locked in this cage. They make it look pretty and shiny and nice on the outside, but it's all about abuse. That's what this is about. And so, sad thing. And that's where our appeal to heaven comes in. We carry the message, and we try and let even these counter-protesters know that we're not against them. We're for our neighbor. We're for liberty. That's what it's all about. And so everything, for the most part, was pretty peaceful. We had some people trying to rile up the situation, but we have to be peaceful. We have to be principled. We have to be calm. And I think I'm going to close this down. I'm sure you can't see Ammon in his low-res video, but there's Nathan Syme.
If there's anybody watching this who are members of Indian movements, Black Lives Matter, Middle Eastern movements, Jewish groups, any groups that are not the Patriot movement, because I'm already in contact with them, get a hold of me. gavinforliberty@gmail.com, and I will get back to you. We're looking for allies.
And it's not about race. It's not about division. It's about holding government accountable and standing up. And obviously, lawlessness, obviously looting, things like that, those are wrong. We need to unite in principle, all of us, and restore this nation in liberty and in law. I see Kelly down there. Kelly, is he up there?
Yeah.
Where's he at? Do you know which window is he in?
Ammon is 6 up. So I'm over here. So So go to see this glass box.
Yeah.
Okay. Look to the left. When I count down, there's 1, 2, 3. There's Amazon.
From on the first one to the left.
I'm sorry, far left.
Oh, the far left.
Far
Okay.
left.
3 down.
1, 2, 3.
There he is. Okay. I can't really see him, but my eyes aren't that great.
Straight across here, lights are on. It actually will be easier for the next hour. That's Ryan Butters.
Okay. Okay.
Although, why can't we see anything? I can't. Oh, that's just a reflection.
It's hard to see probably because the light back here is so much brighter, whereas at night. Hey, we're still live streaming. Do you have anything? This is Kelly, and you and April were kind of the main organizers, but I know there was lots of people helping.
Carol and Brandon and lots of people.
Do you have anything you want to say to people before I close this out?
Oh gosh, that there's more Americans supporting us than what most people would believe, and to stand. It's time to stand.
Unite. We need to unite and set aside the pettiness. And
it's time to stand together. We don't even hardly need our Second Amendment when people stand together, when our government allows us to speak up and to put the pressure on the elected officials we need to put so that they'll represent us accordingly, and we want them to represent us. We want our lands back. We want our state separated. We don't want federal government to be our landlords anymore.
Yeah.
We're done with that. We didn't hire them for that. We didn't elect them for that. They have no accountability to us, so they should not be our landlords anymore.
Right.
They need to stop. So.
Yeah. Cool. The government didn't give us our rights, and they certainly can't take them away. Yes.
I got his interview. He's the man. You the man.
Okay, so
I got Gavin.
Okay.
Got Gavin, got BJ.
All right, guys, I'm going to sign off for now. I don't know if I'll do a quick live stream at Salem or not, but the message is clear. The message Lavoie had was clear. It's about liberty. It's about loving our neighbor. Thank you. It's about uniting. It's about justice. It's about the rule of law. And so no matter where you are, whether you're in America or another country, whether you're in Oregon or another state, you know, whether you consider yourself a patriot or a normal person, the new normal has become tyranny. We need to make the normal liberty once again.
According to that picture that the Bundys posted, that's the corner they were on. We were just over there. We had people waving out the windows on that. I think it might be him because it looks just like that same picture. It doesn't have a flagpole in it. It doesn't have one person to another. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. I've been watching you, and I hope there's more people that watch you. From a guy who knows about military history during the Nazi occupation, I've seen it happen again.
Right. So, yeah, we got to keep standing.
I don't know what we can do to educate our young people, because like my daughter's 16 going to high school, they don't talk about this.
Get them out of those public schools, man. I mean,
I know.
You know, teach them. Those are the indoctrination centers now.
Right.
Teaches them how to be compliant.
Amen.
Yeah.
They tell you if your kids don't have shots, they can't come to school. Our school didn't like it when we told them that our kids coming to school no matter what.
And my boy, they don't go to school, and that's why we were driving down here last night talking about the principles of law. And they don't teach you that in school. They teach you to comply. They teach you to submit. Now, you were doing security here today, right? What was your name? Do you want to say hello? Or?
Brandon T. Williams.
You guys have a Facebook page?
Oregon Security Course 3%.
Right on. Absolutely. Are they now? Did they say Ammon was somewhere else, or?
So we just were around the other side, and they were waving at us. Did you see the "I love you"?
Yes, I did.
So the only place you can see without trees, flagpoles, or whatever is that corner, the back corner. And we just had a shadow behind the window waving at us like this.
Oh, okay, cool. That's great. All right, guys.
I think some of the people are going down there.
Yeah, we might walk down there. But
how would a political prisoner still be in jail?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Because we have a lawless government. That's why.
We do.
And we have a lawless government because we have a lawless nation that rejected law and God and love and
we have a leader in the country, the state that doesn't do shit.
Yeah, people don't stand up.
But
yeah,
I'm just really upset that the people don't care about the people.
Well, it all falls to us because we keep putting these people there for promises of false security and for freebies, and it's on both sides of the party.
Bottom line is, I put my trust in God.
That's right. That's where it's at.
Whatever happens, He knows what's going to happen.
Yes. Yes. All right, man. Take care.
Always giving this time to our family, others, whenever we need, and it's always willing to go extra mile. Next person asked was, Little Ranch of Arizona, are you alone? I said, I am. I have my youngest daughter. This is here. And it's a message that says, God is going to take care of the ranch. And it's a difficult question to ask my sister, but they have managed to do that.
Yeah, the video dropped out for a while. We've had most of the audio from that point.
Okay, cleared a little bit of the snow there. A little easier to walk. Yeah, we gotta do it for the boy to be in the snow.
Okay, very good. Catch you later, Trey.
So were you able to hear what happened just then?
Yep. Get through good.
Could you hear?
Well, it was hard to hear, but I think we could probably turn it up at home and get most of it.
Let me see if I can't catch this guy here.
I'm not sure
Tell
the
me if you
bit.
can
It's
hear
just.
it, okay?
Yeah, it's kind of. It's hard to hear everybody unless you're real close. You know, you gotta. And the flag's in the way right here, so.
Yeah, audio.
Let's try to get Mike.
It's hard, but I think we can turn it up and hear it.
United States, there are 3,000 sheriffs. Sheriff Marshall wanted me to let you know that he is part of the following group. He does the internet and looking up his rights. He's part of the American Constitution. American is my name. CSOA Constitution Club and County Sheriff Honor Roll. Sheriff Marshall asked me to remind you, this election, we have seen the Constitution and our rights walk all over. Make sure that the one or ones that you are voting for either what they restricted in the Second Amendment or the change on the election. You have to be careful with people trying to use this just to be as always. The Sheriff would like to thank you guys for what you've done to help with our county. I know you can always come.
saw that. You were helping us out with that, though.
It like makes the
Hello.
How can you hear me?
Not sure if you can hear me. I assume I'm streaming live. We just left a message basically saying how awesome the rally was today. Definitely encourage everyone to get out and participate. It's kind of, something you don't want to do necessarily, or you don't think you want to do it, and then you go out there and you find more awesome people who are of like mind to organize these events with and just get to know, so that you have a foundational base to go out and participate with, and it's really great. So,
and it's fun too. That's the thing to remember. Speaking out your mind, using your free speech is a fun thing to do. It's a good thing to do. It makes you feel good, makes your heart feel good, makes your soul feel good. And when you get out here and you connect with these other Americans that feel the same way as you, you're going to have a spark in your spirit, and you're going to be, have some extra pep in your step. So join with your like-minded people and keep spreading the news, keep spreading the word.
And it's addicting. So once you do it, you're going to want to do it again. It's just what happens. It feels that awesome. It makes you feel alive. I encourage everyone to go and do it. Do whatever you can.
Can you guys hear me at all?
That I saw when we were out there, we actually were bringing tears to people's eyes. I saw a woman, she had a young daughter in the back seat of the car, and I saw her actually wiping tears away from her eyes after she was honking and supporting us. So this means that much to people, like how it means that much to you and I. It means that much to a lot of people. So have faith and stay strong.
Hey, can you guys can you guys hear me at all?
One more thing I said in the message that I left, so I don't know if anyone got this earlier. We actually had someone come up and kind of start harassing me. Not so much, but he was trying. So I kept my cool, and it was awesome. LAPD officer drove by, and she actually, saw the guy talking to me kind of aggressively, pulled over, dragged him to the side, and made him leave. And it was awesome. So shout out LAPD, doing your job. Yep. Doing your job, supporting the citizens, and ultimately protecting us and our freedom of speech. So thank you.
All the patriots out there, don't worry about the trolls, because we already know they're just brainwashed sentinels that are spewing out things that the government has basically put in their head, and we already know their responses. We already know what they're going to say. So when they come at you wherever you're at, on the internet, in person, whatever, just laugh them off. It's a joke. Again, they're just brainwashed sentinels. They know no better.
Yep. Can't hear you, sorry.
All right, can you hear me now?
Hold on, let me see if I can fix that.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
It says it's on speaker. Sorry, I have no idea how to fix this on Skype. New to it.
I've been having this issue a bit.
Oh, I got you.
Oh, you can hear me now.
Sorry.
Yay! Yeah, I was trying. I was trying to talk to. Yeah, I was trying to talk to you at the protest, and you couldn't hear anything I was saying.
No, nothing at all. Yeah, it was. I thought it should have sound. I put you on speakerphone. I couldn't hear anything, so my bad. I'm new to this, obviously.
No problem. Yeah, we make it work how we can make it work. But I mean, really, how was your day out there? What was, what was your feeling about the entire issue?
Honestly, it was really awesome. Everyone, even if there were a lot of people actually on the street who were honking and giving us thumbs up, and we kept it happy, keep it smiling, and that's really what is effective. When people see you angry all over the place, they're not so quick to respond, but when they see those smiles on your face, we got honks pretty much the whole time we were there, people waving, and then also what was awesome is everyone was reading our signs, and they actually, almost every person that passed us was reading our signs, at least. So that's the most important thing. That's how we get this message out, is go out there and stand on your corner, and just with a simple sign, you don't have to say anything, you just hold your flags, hold your sign. That gets the message across. You don't have to do any more than that. And it's awesome.
All right, is that your boyfriend behind you?
That's my husband.
That's your husband? Okay, see, See, guys, she's taken, so stop it on the freaking chat room. Just cut it out.
But thank you. Thank you. You made me feel good.
Another thing we learned from today too was that if you have a sign that says something that's kind of funny, like I had a sign that said BLM and FBI are terrorists or equals terrorists. I mean, it's not that funny, but it's just a little bit more lighthearted. People seem to really respond to that. Like I saw a lot of people laughing in their cars and like giving thumbs up, just like they were kind of surprised to see it, I guess.
Yeah, it's incredibly important that we all, and this is going to be happening through the spring and summer. Let me remind everybody that I obviously, Kelly, you've been paying attention to our live stream, and you know about OperationAmericanSpring.us, and it's like it's the 2.0 version. And there will be rallies through the year. Although the Red River in Texas is heating up, I think that's going to turn into a pretty nasty, way worse than Oregon over the summertime. And but we all need to be really aware. And I would hope everybody would go up and subscribe to the site and post and submit and put in their ideas and everything else, because it is so important that we all get really into this and understand that it's going to take us all. Today may not have been a giant event in every place in America that we broadcasted from today, but it will build, and the big point is to let it build.
Exactly.
And the people there that we've met at the past two events, they're all really enthusiastic and excited to take part in being, a patriot and taking part in freedom and liberty. And it's awesome to see that.
Yes. And I'll add to that what we really noticed. So we want to take on more, an organizational position in this, because that's what we got from everyone else is like, there isn't much direction. So we have to be the direction, because no one's really, people want to do something. They don't know what to do. It needs to be simple and easy for them. And so we kind of need to more of us need to take that leadership role.
Well, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And one of the big problems has been, they got Pete Santilli in jail. He was an activist reporter. But if there are so many activist reporters on the street, remember Occupy?
Yep.
And if there are so many activist reporters on the street that they can't stop us, instead of people just being too scared to go cover this stuff, well, then they just can't stop us. We'll just be an overwhelming force.
Yep. There has to be enough. We have to be that thorn in their side. Otherwise, they're just, they're going to pick out the thorn, and it's going to be how it was before. We have to keep sticking that thorn back in their side.
I think we need to stick more than a thorn in their side. but I will say that they'll be in my driveway in 15 minutes.
I know, exactly.
All right, you did a fantastic job today. Thank you very much for coming back up and sewing up your day.
Yes, you're welcome. We just made it home. It's nice to be home finally. We drove through like an hour and a half worth of traffic.
Cool. Yeah, that's what I heard. I've spent a few days of my life in LA as a former musician. It was never anything fun being in a car around there.
No. Oh, I also want to say before we go, thank you for the seeds. We got our seed pack, and awesome.
Oh, you ordered one. Oh, well, awesome.
Yep.
We'll have it.
And the awesome information package that came with the seeds.
Very awesome.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that DVD I sent you is just years of me collecting up stuff. So.
And it's awesome. So thank you for doing what you do. Really appreciate it.
All right, thanks.
I'm here on my ranch, and it's beautiful out here. And it's time that we do something more than just talk about freedom and about defending our Constitution. So I want to educate, and I want to teach. I want to let you know what I'm personally doing to defend our Constitution. First off, I'm going to just pan here and show you what this pasture is. This is just one of my pastures on my ranch. I don't know how many acres are here, 4,000 acres in this particular pasture. In 6 years, I've never grazed this pasture off. This is the first year that I'm turning out on this pasture. And that's going to be significant, and I'll explain why. But first, I'm just going to pan and show you this pasture. Okay, as you look around, this is my reservoir. Call this my Upper Kent pasture. A few of my cows sitting on the reservoir. And the range goes to those tree lines, those mountains over there. And it continues to go down to those tree lines that way. Looking south, goes to those tree lines there. And then from there, this pasture goes to that mountain right there. My ranch also goes up on top of that mountain, but this particular pasture is just this valley here. And daughter, come back over here. And this is the best part of my ranch. This is my daughter, Catrielle. She's my second to the youngest, and she helps me with all of this with the rest of my family. But my pasture goes up that way several miles. Again, a lot of acreage here. Never have grazed this off in 6 years. If you look, see the grass? Look how thick it is. Look how green it is. And we're in late summer. And so this is my pasture here, and this is part of my ranch. This grass, I own it. It's called my grazing rights, my forage rights. And these cows are fat and sassy and looking good. And got a few more of my cows down under some trees down there. I'm not very good with technology, but they're down there. So let me move forward here. Put this back down. Hope you can see me. And this is my dog over here, Diamond Hill. Great cow dog. She's pregnant right now. Going to be her last litter. She's getting a little old, kind of like me. A year ago, she and I both got laid up. She got stepped on by a bull, and bull got her and broke all the bones in her back leg, and so she's never really been quite the same, but she loves being out here with me and my family and the cows. She loves it out here. I had a colt come over on top of me about the same time, and we were both feeling kind of old and broken up for a while, but it's good out here. Life's good out here. Now the reason I'm making the video, and this isn't about cows, this isn't about grass, it's not even about my dog, but it is about my family, and it is about freedom, and it is about the Constitution. I've never been crosswise with Bill M. in all the years that I've owned my ranch here. Never had a trespass filed against me. I've never been over what they call the AUMs, which means how many cows I should run. Like I said, I've never run for 6 years in this very pasture here. The point is, they claim that this is theirs. And I claim that the forage right, the grass, is mine. And so let's go to the Constitution, our supreme law of the land. And this is the point, this is the rub, and this is the focus. In Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17. Let me start by going back and laying down the intent of our founding fathers and the intent of the Constitution. Our founding fathers came out of tyranny, and they were really concerned that this land be a land of freedom. So they did several things. One of the first things they did when they laid out the Constitution was they divided the powers into 3 branches, and we all know what those are: the executive, the legislative, and the judicial. So we have 3 branches of power. So they separated those. And the other thing they did to keep from having a centralization of power into a central government, which increases or decreases the freedom of the individual, is that they limited the amount of landmass that this central power could control, called the federal government. Because if you can control the land, you can control the food.
Hey, Maureen, how you doing? This is Nighthawk. Give me a second. All right. Yeah,
I can't be on long.
All right, that's cool. I was hoping we would be doing some live stream video with you today. Are you down in where are you at now?
Yeah, I barely could keep a charge, so I ended up just having to do like record and upload, and then going and charging and record and upload. It didn't work out too well. Plus, it was wet and raining. I had some difficulties.
Right. Where are you guys at now?
We're leaving Salem. Well, we're going to get dinner first. We're about to eat, so that's why I can't stay on long. We just left the Salem rally.
All right. So, anything happened at the Salem rally? Just report to us. That's all we need.
Okay. Real quick. The Portland rally, it was about 300 people or more. There were counter protesters there acting with bad behavior. And abusive, very abusive language, and confrontational with the police even. The police handled it really well with restraint and removed them from us every time they acted up. They did infringe on the First Amendment, our First Amendment, and on the rally itself by getting it within 100 feet, not only within 100 feet, but mixing themselves into the crowd especially at the tail end. But it got resolved, and the Patriots continued to ignore them and carry on with their route and their mission. And then we did the convoy to Salem, and the Salem rally was perfect. I mean, absolutely no ugliness, no counter protesters. We had the same speakers that also went to the Portland, Oregon one, the ones running for governor, Bruce Cuff, Mark Callahan, and others, showed up as well. Joe Ray Perkins, they were at both the Portland event and the Salem event, and everything was just perfect. Gavin Syme spoke, and his speeches were tremendously fantastic. Can't hear enough of Gavin Syme. And now I'm getting ready to go in the restaurant. I got to tell you guys, check out all the videos, check out the Facebook, check out the pictures.
Yeah, I actually have been catching your Facebook stuff all day. We've been live from the Alamo, LA, Bay City, Michigan, Rhode Island, Portland, Idaho. We have been live from about 14 different places over the course of the day. And, I just want to say thanks to everybody out there in America that is actually standing up for liberty.
Yep, I apologize for not being able to get my stream up for you. I couldn't even stream. It was just too much. I need a team on the ground with me. That's what I need. But anyways, I'm going to forget it, guys. I love you guys. Take care, okay?
All right, peace out. Thanks. All right, that was some Sergeant Mo, so we'll go right back to the
federal government lays claim to 1/3 of the landmass of the United States. Put that in perspective. You've got to put together the country of Germany, and you must combine it with the country of France. And then you better put in Italy, Spain, throw in Portugal, and then throw in Britain. You got to start throwing all those countries together to begin to get them close to the comparison of the landmass that the federal government say that they own and control. Now, and in this landmass, they claim to have what's called exclusive legislative ability. And what they have done, they have combined all three branches of power. And I'll explain that. You have bureaucrats that sit behind desks, and they will write a statute or a regulation, and it has the effect of law, and then they implement that. And now that regulation is enforced by federal rangers who are armed, and they can enforce it. They're empowered to enforce it by lethal means if necessary. If a person gets crosswise with one of these statutes, they're then hauled into a federal court. And tried by a federal judge. All three branches of power combined under one head. Now, none of these people, do we the people here over whom this is imposed upon, have the power of recall. In other words, we don't elect them. They are not accountable to us. And so our founding fathers knew that that was a potential of combining great power under one head. So they limited by the letter of the law what land that the federal government could control. And it's found in Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17. Let me read it to you. I've shared this before, but let me read it to you again. It says, referring to the federal government, it says, to exercise exclusive legislation in all cases whatsoever in such districts not to exceed 10 square miles as may by secession of a particular state and the acceptance of Congress. What is that 10 square miles? Well, that's Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C., the seat of the federal government. That's proper and that's appropriate. They go on. It says, to become the seat of the government of the United States and to exercise like authority over all places purchased by the consent of the legislature of the state in which the same shall be for the erections of forts, magazines, arsenals, dockyards, and other such needful buildings. Okay. They limit the federal government to purchase only those lands needful for the defense of our country. Docks, arsenals, forts, and other such needful buildings. And not only that, they can't take it by eminent domain. They must ask the state legislatures if they can purchase it from them. So in this very clause here, by that very sentence there, it acknowledges that the states are the owners of the land. And what happened was that in the beginning, these states, there's one other place that the federal government can exercise control over in landmass, and that's territories, and that's appropriate. It's in the Constitution. They have that right. And so when a territory was to be admitted to the Union, they were to come in on equal footing as the original 13 colonies. And so they were not to be less than. And so at the moment, at the time of statehood, those lands were to be disposed of to the people of that state. And if you look on a map, you can see that that procedure was followed until you start getting out here west. And as time lapsed, as governments are wont to do, they like to hold on to power, hold on to wealth. And so they became slower and slower at disposing this land to the people as they are supposed to do. Until, at such point, they almost quit. And then they did. And then they says, you know what? This land is ours. And they said that we own it. And let me give you a little history on this. I hope you'll follow along with me a little bit here, because it's important to understand this. And it's important to understand so that you can understand who is lawful and who is unlawful. Well, let's actually go to what I'm particularly involved in here, and it's called grazing rights. Now, grazing right is a right that is established by prior appropriation. It is a natural right, and preemptive or prior appropriation is the legal term, and that's how property rights are established, and it's called common law or natural law. For example, I explain this to people to help them to understand this. We understand rights when we look at lines. See, rights are not granted by the government, but a person claims right. There's three things to establish a property right. The first thing is you must claim it. The second thing is you must use it. And the third thing is you must defend it. And I'll do a quick analogy so you can get the gist of this. Okay. We all know about lines. We stand at lines at the grocery store. We stand at lines at the DMV. We stand in lines at the movie theater. Okay. When you stand in line, you create a right. It's self-evident. That's what our founding fathers meant. Certain rights are self-evident. In other words, I'm the first from the line of theater. I have established that by prior appropriation. And so that is claimed. I claimed it. And as long as I stand there, I'm using it. I'm not giving it up. And so I'm using it. So I claim it. I use it. Now the third thing is I must defend it. Well, let's go back to use it. I cannot, after I make this claim, walk away because it's taking too long, and I go get a hamburger and a drink, and then come back and the line is really long and say, hey, I'm first in line. No, what happened? I lost that right because I didn't use it. Okay, now suppose I'm sitting there first in line and the line is long, and in comes a bigger feller, and he says, man, that line is too long. And so he steps in front of me, and I can do one or two things. I can mumble and complain and step back, and in such case, I have given up my right. Or I can defend that right. Those are the two things. Well, what has happened? The federal government has come in and started claiming it. We have been here prior to the BLM being formed. These grazing rights were established. And I'll explain it to you. This particular grazing right here that we're sitting on, all this green grass, all this acreage here. Okay, I bought this grazing right from the ranching family by the name of Ballards. Ballards bought it from the ranching family called the Heatons. Okay, the Heatons were some of the first settlers in this country here. There was nobody grazing out here. There wasn't Indians out here grazing on this. There was nobody grazing here. They come out here and they create a reservoir, or they take a spring, they come with a little herd, and they say, you know what? Man, there's good grass, I got some water. I am going to claim this as my forage right, my grazing right. And so they did, and they used it. And then in would come another rancher with some herds, and they'd make them a reservoir over here or develop a spring over there, and they would run. And sometimes we ran in common. You know, we'd have good waters, and they say, okay, I'm going to run 100 head, you run 100 head, and it's called running in common. And, you know, eventually as time passed, we put fence lines on all the borders of these grazing rights. And when we had conflict, the bigger guy come in and says, you know what, I know you're here first, but I'm tough, and I'm going to take. And so sometimes we fought and we shot each other over these grazing rights. Down in the central Arizona, there's a big old basin as you drop off the Mogollon Rim called the Bloody Basin. So we establish things through blood, sweat, and tears. These grazing rights are natural rights. They exist sole and separate from any written law. The Constitution doesn't even give us these rights. We have the Constitution because we have these rights. And so here we are, sitting on these grazing rights, ranching it, and along comes the BLM, 1935, 1936, around there. And they look around and they say, you know what, we now passed the Taylor Grazing Act, and all these grazing rights now belong to us. And we have exclusive legislative ability over all these grazing rights. And we will now permit you to graze on these. Here we're going to give you a permit. And we will re-examine every 10 years if we want you here. And in fact, anytime in between those 10 years, if we don't want you here, and we'll change it anytime we want, anytime we choose, through our wisdom and our prerogative. And, you know, as ranchers, we kind of got bullied. We were negligent. We were uninformed. And as they grew, and they came in very softly, very kindly, very nice to help. They didn't come in with a heavy hand. The government never does when they come to take our freedoms. It's always to help us, always to take care of us. And they come in softly. Well, that's what they did. And they've continued to move forward. And so now they're claiming that this is all theirs. And so 1/3 of the landmass, they claim that they have exclusive legislative power over. No representation. That is not America. That is not in the intent of our Constitution, and it is not in the letter of the law. So this is the question. Who is the lawbreaker and who is the law abider? You know, I stood with Cliven Bundy, my friend, and his family, in helping them get their cows back over this very issue. And, you know, I've never been one to try to cause problems. I didn't get in trouble in school. I always raised my hand. I always stood in line. To this day, I do not have a speeding ticket. So it's not in my nature to go out and poke my finger in people's eyes. But there's a time when we need to come and stand up for the Constitution. It is being eviscerated. It is eviscerated. We have lost it. Where does it exist? It only exists in the hearts of about 50 million Americans that understand it and have the fire of freedom burning in their breast, who's willing to stand up. And so many people, you know, good people, so what can we do? We've been voting, we've been donating money, and the candidates always promise to stand up for freedom. Well, what did we do? We gave the Republican Party the House and the Senate. What have they done? Nothing, nothing. And you think we're going to give them a Republican president and they're going to stand up on the Constitution and they're going to require the federal government to live within the frameworks that we the people have given them, namely the Constitution? It's not going to happen. But this is where it will happen, because this Constitution will be saved. The principles vouchsafed herein will prevail. And this is me doing my little part. So what I've done, I sent a letter to the BLM saying thank you so much for your help in managing my ranch, but I shall no longer need your help. I shall manage it myself. And so I will no longer pay them the mandatory fees, nor sign the mandatory terms and conditions, because they're illegal, illegitimate. It's not theirs. I didn't buy it from them. I bought it from the Ballards from the Heatons. Heatons established it. Okay, it's not theirs. It never was theirs. They're forbidden from having it. Okay, so let's make that clear. The first thing, if you're going to stand for freedom, you better figure out where the line is. Who's legal, who's lawful. Now, this is the first time that I am going crosswise with the BLM. I've told them that this grazing right is mine. For 6 years, I've not been able to graze off this green pasture, 3,000 to 4,000 acres. It might even be more than that. I don't even know. And so now I've got water in my reservoir. My cows need some pasture. And they say, well, you can't turn in here. We've got a regulation on a piece of paper. You, Lavoy Finicum, cannot turn in here on this grass. We don't care that you've not grazed this off in 6 years. But we have on this regulation, on this piece of paper, that you cannot turn in here until October 15th. Well, by October 15th, my water in this reservoir may be dry. It probably will be dry. Then how will I graze off all this grass that is mine, that I pay for, that I fight every year to make my mortgage payment on? Everything I have is tied up into this. My home, my life. I spent my lifetime trying to obtain a ranch, to live like, you know, I loved as a young boy riding with my dad, chasing some cows on the weekend and stuff. And I always wanted to raise my family out here and raise them like this. So I'm putting everything on the line. My home, my dreams, my ranch. But I'm telling the BLM right now, I'm saying to you, this isn't yours. It's mine. Leave me alone. I'm bringing in my few measly little cows, and while I've got water in this reservoir, I'm grazing it off. Well, I was very kind and polite as I talked to them, sent them a very cordial letter, and so I get a call last week. Oh boy, you going to turn in there? I saw some cows down there. Yes, Mr. Range Con, I told you that I'm not recognizing you as the owner of the land. I didn't buy it from you. I'm not paying you. You know, it's not yours. My mortgage isn't to you, BLM. And so, and I didn't buy it from you. I bought it from the Ballards. It never was yours. And so yes, Mr. Range Con, I'm turning in my cows there. It's grass. It's green. I'm turning in. It is August, middle August. So I'm August, September. I'm turning in about 8-9 weeks early. I said, well, we're going to have to trespass you. We're going to have to start documenting. I got to make this. I got to account to my supervisors. Well, I understand that. Go ahead and do what you want. This isn't anything personal against you. It's just not yours. It's mine. So here I am. I'm beginning to document me as this individual standing for the Constitution. Now, there's a lot of talking, a lot of poking holes in the air with their fingers, and very little doing when it comes to standing for our Constitution. Oh, if we'll just donate to the right candidate, if we'll just donate more to the Republican Party, or we'll get a Republican there in the White House, and surely, it's going to all be better. That's crazy. That's crazy. Washington is not going to vote away power. For 100 years, it's taken 100 years to gather in this landmass and to seal it down. They have complete control over it. 1/3 of our country, America. 1/3 of our country. And these federal rangers that run around here, they're armed. Military style. They got their M4s. They got their tac vests. They got their bulletproof vest. You know, you saw them down there at Bundyville or Bunkerville. You saw them pointing their guns at us. They promised to shoot us. Dan Love, you're one of the head of them. You're the point of the spear. You're the enforcement arm of this. You know, you're not a good guy. No way you're a good guy. Nowhere do you have authority to run around here with policing powers. Nowhere do we the people give you authority by force, by lethal means if necessary, to enforce these regulations on these pieces of paper. You know, what are you going to do, Dan? You and the FBI? There's my few little cows right down there under that tree there. You going to come in here like you did with my friend Cliven and say, we're taking these out and you better not get in our way? Well, I'm telling you, leave me alone. Leave me alone, leave Cliven alone. There's some tough ranching families up there in Utah. Stanton Gleaves by name. Now you have 3, Mr. Federal Government, that's willing to stand for the Constitution. It's the ancient law of witnesses. You have a witness in Nevada, Cliven Bundy. You have a witness in Arizona, Lavoy Finicum. And you have a witness in Utah, Stanton Gleaves. We have 3 ranchers that are going to stand and defy you. It's not yours. And, you know, breaking the law right now just by saying this. Just by saying this, it's what's called conspiracy to commit crime. And that's what you guys hauled that county commissioner into court with, Phil Lyman, and you convicted him. And he's going to face a year in prison possibly, and $100,000 to $300,000 in fines, because it's the very thing that I am saying right now. I don't care. You know, if you go to the Bible, there's actually a story I really love. You might be familiar with it. It's called the captives that were in Babylon by the name of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Three. Anyway, the greatest force upon the face of the earth at that time was the Babylonian Empire. Nebuchadnezzar, the most powerful man in the world. And anyway, he knows Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and they're out there and they make a golden image, and they command everybody to fall down and worship the golden image. And Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they don't fall down. They don't worship it. And Nebuchadnezzar gets a little upset, but he knows him and calls him up there and says, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, if you'll just sign these mandatory terms and conditions and pay your grazing fees, it's going to be okay. We can work, you know, and the music will play again, you just fall down. Worship the golden image, and it will be okay. And I love the response. He says, because, Nebuchadnezzar goes on, says, because who can save you? Because if you don't, I will throw you in the fiery furnace. And what God can save you from the fiery furnace? And I love the answer. It's great. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego replies, says, O king, we are not careful to answer thee. In other words, saying, you know, we're not going to measure our words. We're not going to be tepid. We're not going to be timid. You know, they're speaking to the greatest power in the world this time, these 3 captives should say, O king, we're not careful to answer thee. Our God whom we serve will deliver us. But if not, be it known unto thee, We will not sign those mandatory terms and conditions. We will not pay those grazing fees. And he will save us. And if not, so be it. But we will not bow. We will not comply. We will not bend. America, stand. If you want to know what you can do, here you go. Stand. I'll let you know what's going on. I'll keep updating you. I want you to download this so it doesn't get scrubbed from off the internet. Then share it, upload it, send it out. And you can follow me here. You can follow me here. You can follow Stanton Gleaves and Cliven Bundy. Here I am. And I'll document this as it goes forward. They've called me and said, okay, we're going to have to start doing something. Well, we'll see what the next step is. Maybe they'll just leave me alone. I hope they do, because it's not theirs. Stanton Gleaves has some county commissioners with some grit and some county sheriffs up there. He ranches in 5 different counties, and those county sheriffs are standing up against him. BLM says to Stanton Gleaves there, you can't turn out here in these pastures. And Stanton Gleaves says, yes, I'm going to turn out in these pastures. And the county commissioners and the sheriffs stand up behind him. Proper form of government, government closest to the people. Those county sheriffs are elected by those people. Those county commissioners are accountable to those people. They have the power of recall. And anyway, they back him down. Now, I've talked to my county sheriff here. I'm going to go visit with him more. He's been very friendly over the phone. I'm going to visit with him, shake his hand, take the measure of the man, see how deep his love is for the Constitution, see about his understanding. But whether he backs me or not, I'm going to stand. But he said some very kind things. The BLM tried to get him to give resources, the Mojave County Sheriff Department, man and power and stuff, to move against Cliven here recently, and told him no way. So good for him. We shall see how it goes. America, stand. The night is far spent. The Constitution has been shredded, but it lives in your heart. You know what freedom is and what freedom isn't. Stand, because when you stand, others will stand with you. And God can't stand with you if you don't stand. Once you stand, you can expect the hand of providence to be over you. Don't matter how it ends, it matters how you stand. This is Lavoy Finicum. One Cowboy Stand for Freedom. See.
We're not going to cause any trouble, right? The other thing is we don't want anybody to run over, right? You guys form the military. Okay. So, but it's not going to happen. And next, look at that. You're going to back this up for them.
Where's Alicia?
All right, let's get off of the highway here. Come on, let's move back off the highway. Back off the highway, please. Off the road.
Where's Alicia? I think she should move her car in here.
Off the highway. Back up off the highway. Get off the highway.
We should move your car in here.
Huh?
You should move your car.
I can't. There's traffic. I can't.
All right.
So I'll do it after. And I left everything open.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. I just walked on the bottom.
The ultimate selfie. Look at that. Like I just have one. I'm sorry, man. You're welcome.
You guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you for keeping your house.
We're men. All you gotta do is stroke us a little bit, and you got our soul.
So we just totally decided that Thank you, officers. We love you. Thank you for protecting us. This is history, you guys.
Yeah.
This is so cool. We go through so much
you're right.
hell that isn't this a nice reward?
This would be a really bad place to start handing out tickets.
I agree. They want no part of it.
I am so proud of all of you guys. I can't even tell you. I can't even talk about it.
The Cowboys showed up already? They're up there on the road. Oh, there they are right there. They're perfect.
I always feel better when
Cowboys are here. Time to play Cowboys and Commies. They're on their way. No, they're right there.
Oh, there they are.
Cowboys.
Where are they?
They're on the hill. Coming down the hill.
Oh, okay.
Y'all in big trouble now. The Cowboys are coming. They're right there.
Yeah, you're right. There they are.
Well, there's one right there if you're looking.
See how this is going to be the template.
It's time for our 15 minutes. Hey, Obama.
All right, I find it really interesting, but not all that unknown. But YouTube has hidden my live stream. Yeah, interesting, but not surprising. Anyway, I'm going to go off air and then come back and reset. So be right back.